kid is the 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 kid, man. A roundtable that has been um waited for and anticipated because I mean I agree it's all cool for all teams here and there and so forth, but I think that when we talk about the legitimate UCL winners, I think that this is a much needed roundtable. So, guys, obviously, we're going to be joined by other Chelsea guys. They'll slowly be zooming in. That's actually good. But I should actually send it to another dude, man. So they'll be zooming in here, guys, and saying what's up. But look, this is a roundtable, and it's a roundtable where we're going to pretty much discuss all things Chelsea. We're going to also delve into other transfer stories as well because I definitely want to get your take on the Darwin Nunez transfer because I think that's a really big transfer. So we're going to really talk about that. But this is mainly about Chelsea. So whether you're a Chelsea fan or not a Chelsea fan, talking and pay heed to the legitimate UCL winners as we try to break down what is going to be a pivotal summer for your boys. So I've got your boy Zola and Drogba watching over me and everything. So it's going to be an intense discussion with regards to who needs to go, who needs to come in, what approach should happen, what are particular areas need to strengthen, where are we at particular players and so forth, what stage are we at with particular players and so forth, how close are we to signing players, what players need to be signed, what's our 100% priorities and so forth. So it's going to be very, very important to try and break this whole thing down and really try and see what's up. So look, man, I mean, so shout out to everybody. Remember, guys, if there's anything you want to add in here, please send in those super chats. We call them dubs here. Those dubs stroke super chats, they help to fund the studio and it helps for the football hall to give you that amazing, superb content, crackini, as you always do there and so forth, man. So look, man, before I obviously go to my amazing panel, who's obviously going to be, as guys will be rolling in through, this is an important summer because I think this summer is going to set the tone, and I do believe that. You know how they say that first appearance is everything. That's what like your parents would say that your first appearance. That is what will set the tone for the rest of your school year and so forth. And I do believe that it's not even about getting the target. It is what is the approach going to be. So the approach of Todd B this summer will tell us, okay, what is a Todd B era Chelsea going to look like? Because people can talk a big game, but can you back up that talk? So I feel that we're going to have a pretty good idea as to who this Todd B guy truly is. Forget about all the talk about, we're going to get a good idea of who he is. Is he a guy that is going to copy the trend of American owners who will be like, oh, no. I understand what owning a football club is. This isn't about American sports. Owning a football club is different and Chelsea is different. Chelsea are trophy matches. Chelsea is a winning club. So we have to go out and aggressively chase the very best and the finest players in order for Tuchel to go and win trophies, because this is about winning trophies. Yes, be financially good, but it's about winning trophies, and this club has a history of winning trophies. Or could it just be all that talk, but when now comes to now walking that walk, nothing happens. And it's again, you're just pretty much using the club to siphon money, similar to what Kroenke is doing those. So I mean, I want to even start there before we even go to the particular personnel and so forth. Let me come first to Eric. I mean, Eric, what is your gut feeling about Todd B? Are you positive with regards to what he's going to do in the transfer market? Are you a bit worried? How active do you think your boy is going to be? I mean, is this going to be Todd B, or should I just relax and just call him Todd Boehly?
Yeah, you should call him Todd Boehly until he gives you a reason to call him Todd B.
So, that's great advice. That's great advice.
Yeah, look, we don't know much about this guy. That's the truth. So we can't assume anything. Let's just keep watching. Let's see what he does. So, he's talked the talk.
I mean, do you have any gut feelings whatsoever, or you're just like, I have no idea who this guy is? From what you've seen, what you've read, or because even if I say, what you've seen and what you've read, does that really mean anything though? Because it could just all be lies and crap. So what are your gut feeling emotions for a guy that you don't really know? Is it that I don't know? Let's see what he does, or like, nah, I don't know. I've got a feeling that this guy could, or what's your emotional read?
Yeah, I have no idea. Sorry, Yeah. I don't know who he is, obviously, but from what I've seen, he seems like somebody who cares about the numbers. He's a businessman, he's blunt. He
Mm,
won't be a fan in the sense that he'll make a decision that a fan is more likely to make. So he will be able to make those cutthroat, you know, business decisions, which will also be good for football because you
mm,
already said, you know, Chelsea being a successful club is profitable. So that is the way that they will make profit from the club. So from me, I think that is encouraging to see that he's very detailed. He will look at every single detail and he will try to take us to a different level, especially with the marketing and things like this. So that is positive. And as well, um apparently he's gonna back Tuchel. We'll see if that's the case, but I believe two signings will be made. We can get into that later, I guess, but
yeah.
there are good signs for sure.
Eminence, what's your read on Todd Bowley?
You know what? Yeah, he's been doing a lot of talking, and for me, yeah, I'm not too. I don't really know. Like people that talk too much, I don't really trust them, man. So I don't. This window, I'm not. You know what? I'm not gonna judge him based off this window because I feel
But
like
it
he still
sets
has.
the tone, though. It
Yeah,
sets the tone because my thing is that it's not about judging. Like, if let's say you're really going for guys and you don't get those guys, like, oh, okay. But if it's a case of like, yeah, there's not really that much activity. Okay, so it's about the energy. So it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
about the energy of like, okay, no, I'm really about who do you want? Let's go get those guys. Rather than, "Oh, well, are you sure how much does it cost? Is this going to mess up the finances and so forth?"
yeah. But my thing is, I feel like he's gonna have to bring in his own people. Like I think Marina's leaving Chelsea at the end of the
Yes.
yeah. So I feel like I can't really judge him. Obviously, I want him to come in and buy the players that we need, obviously, to challenge next season. But I'm gonna judge him when he has his own guys in the boardroom and all of these things. But for this summer though, we need to sign players like at least 4 players, minimum 4 players. So
Oh, no, no. We're gonna go through those players. Trust me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're gonna go through those
So
guys. Trust me,
so
man.
I need to see action first because he's just been talking. All I've seen is talk, talk. I need to see action before I can really judge him. So
Okay.
yeah.
I'm like, what are you saying? What's your feeling on the Todd boy?
Yeah, I live in America, so I can little bit talk about Todd Boehly, the way you
Mm.
and stuff. So, yeah, for people who say they have issues with him, like the people I spoke to, like two guys because that we graduated together in the same college in Chicago in America. Yeah, they
So,
kind of
so,
told
so,
me
so so he was a. Did he? So he owns what
LA
the
Dodgers
Cub?
was a
Oh,
part
oh,
owner of LA Dodgers and the LA Lakers.
and the Sparks, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the people who talk me about him told me that like I said he's not gonna be like a woman, but he will spend money. Expect him to spend money, and it does not take an hell. Like he always want to win, regardless of
Mm.
whatever you say. And he does more yes, he listens to fans, but it does things based on what the manager wants. Unlike when we sign players, we don't sign players what the manager wants.
Mm.
And Chuka being given the full power now, that is Todd Bowley. Because I'm not surprised because that's exactly what it does in terms of every ownership stuff in the home. Giving him full power, telling him, okay, what do you want? This is what we want. We're gonna get. We know this is expensive, but we'll give all we can to make sure you get this player. Is all he wants to do is just win. He just want to win. He doesn't care about what the PA, whatever they want to say. He just want to win, and that is for me as a fan. I want that because if I do not have the ambition of winning, whether you like him or not, you eventually fall in love with him because he has that
No, no,
winning
no, because
DNA.
it was set to the sort. All right.
Exactly. Unlike woman, we're just gonna spend money, spend money. Yeah, we're gonna be leveraged in terms of the way we spend money, and I've been crying for that for a long time. That in the way we spend money, we have to be smart and intelligent when we spend money. We
Mm.
just gonna spend money anyhow. This one 100 million, boom, take this. No, 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 no. He has to stop. We have to think as a big club and reason as a big club. Spend wisely and be intelligent when you spend. That's it.
Sorry. Can I say something?
Actually, no. Okay, let me just quickly come to Josh. So, Josh, what's your feeling on Todd?
Um, I'm reserved. I don't like. Obviously, all you can really do now is talk. But now, I don't think now is the time to deliver. But the time to deliver is gonna come. So I'm not really buying all the chat because
Mm.
like it's basically if you think about it in the real world, he's buying a club. He wants to please the masses, so he's gonna be doing all of this talking.
So you're saying all that talk is just for people to be on his side to begin with,
On
and
his
then he
side,
then starts
yeah.
to screw everything from the inside. Oh, that's very positive. Thank you. Okay, so look, guys, let's get into it now. So let's start with the first dude. So, guys, I don't know how else to say this, but and I'm sure the streets will understand, but this dude right here is a necessity. This dude right here, this is a necessity.
Can I go first?
Oh, no, I'll come to you. And I'll come to you in a minute. See, this dude is a necessity, and I'm worried because it just seems as if, oh, Dembele, he likes Chelsea. It's all good. It's happening. Okay, but because you know what this feels like? It's close. Out of nowhere, Ban just say nab, or City just go nab. So my thing is, it is very, because this will set the tone. This is something that will set the tone. Let's be objective here. The guy who I called the Oos has never shown up for Barcelona. I don't know why, but now this is where I'm not looking at the glass half full. That guy that I called the Oos played for Dortmund. The Oos has never played for Barcelona. You see the glimpses of him, but not really. So the glass of half full is, who did the Oos play under? Tuchel. And sometimes to get the best out of a player and to understand what a player's about, he needs daddy. He needs the right daddy. You see, Javi, Koeman, those are his foster fathers. Those are not his real fathers. Tuchel is his biological father. And it's only your biological father who can truly understand you and get the best out of you. Go ask Frankie de Jong. Go ask Ziyech. They need daddy. So if homeboy comes to daddy and Tuchel can get the best out of him, guys, I'm telling you, if we can get the Oos, that dramatically changes a horrendous attack. Because the attack of, bro, I don't know how excruciating and painful it's been watching that garbage attack. And everybody needs to be thrown under the bus. Because we will talk about that Belgian after. Trust me, that Belgian is coming next. But for me, I feel this is a number one priority, not only because it's needed, but it's a statement, because I think that Chelsea need a marquee signing. Of course, you need those important signings, and we'll get to the defenders and so forth, but you need that marquee signing, man. Eminence, what are you saying?
So basically, with Dembele, yeah, obviously, I'll take him at Chelsea, of course. I will take him, but my worry though is the system that Chelsea play back three, yeah, with 2 number 10s and obviously a striker. Now with Dembele, every time I've watched him, he does his everything he does is on the wing, and Chelsea don't play with wingers. So,
sorry, really quick stop it. Do Tuchel, and this is maybe what we will get into. Does Tuchel play that system because he wants to, or it's out of a necessity based on what he has at his disposal? Because my thing is that, are you saying that he wants to play that, or he only has to play that because he doesn't have the players? Because look, the players I have now, I can't do what I want to do. I have to do what works for these players. But if you give me the guys I need, 4-3-3, let's roll. Wingers, inside forwards, let's roll.
Yeah, I feel like he plays this system, this back three that we play, obviously because of the personnel. Like the players we have don't really. I don't think they can operate in like a back four. So I feel like maybe he could change it, but that's one thing that's what worries me, because I don't want a situation where we get Dembele and then he doesn't fit into the system, because if you play him as a wing back, that's even worse.
Yeah.
So yeah,
the hell?
nah, I'm just saying, like, because for me, the inside number 10, I'm not sure Dembele can really play that position really well. So we have to change our system to accommodate wingers. The same thing I said for Ziyech as well. Ziyech for me plays better when he's on the wing. Like the inside number 10 thing doesn't work for him. So it'll be interesting to see how he uses it.
No, bro. Like, you see, look, bro. I don't want to jinx things and look like an idiot here. I am praying that Tuchel isn't getting him to play him as a wing back or fit into the system. My hope is that he's getting it because it's like, it's time for this system to change. It's time for this formation to change. And Dembele is an important piece to go into a rapidly different system. Eric,
sorry. No, I'm saying that's the only thing that worries me. Like, obviously, Dembele is talent. Like, he's a very good player, but the system, like, we're gonna use him in. That's what worries me. So yeah.
Eric, what are you saying?
Yeah, sorry to. I don't want to bring the mood down. This is still a very.
Oh.
This is a no. It's a positive stream. It's a fun. We're still.
No,
You
no,
know,
no,
we're
no, no,
still.
no, 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 hold on. It's not a positive stream, it's a reality stream.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need
yeah.
that
Sorry.
real
Okay,
talk
sorry.
because
Yeah, real
I
talk.
need to be
Yeah,
brought down a few levels as well. So
yeah.
hit me with that reality.
Okay, okay.
Hater.
It's a very real stream. Let's put it like that. It's a
Okay.
real stream. I'm not gonna mince any words.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
say it how it
don't.
is. Okay.
Please.
So I'm actually worried about a few things. Okay, so the first thing is, last I checked, this formation can be used with wingers. Under Conte, we played a 3-4-3 and we had wingers. So it's been done before and it can be done. But I don't think Tuchel will do it.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
that brings me on to the second problem, the thing that I'm worried about. The second thing is Tuchel, from his last press conference, he doesn't have any plans to change the formation. So is he going to bind Dembele and play him as a wing back, play him as a number 10, or what's going to happen? So it's not looking great in that sense. It's not looking
Yeah, this
great.
is my worry, man. That's my worry, man.
Abdullah, what are you saying, bro? Do you echo Ericsson that this guy is going to play this dude as a freaking wing back?
Like I said, Todd has already said he's giving the power to Thomas Tuchel, and I think Dembele is going to be his first priority. And I've seen in Dortmund, I've seen Tuchel play Dembele more as a number 10, but mostly as a left wing, a right wing sometimes. So my issue with that is because he said it after the Watford match that it's not about the formation, it's about the structures of the team and how the team implement the system. And he said, and people keep asking him, keep pestering him, we know what you say, but is there a way you could play a back four? And he said, and I quote, I will play a back four depending on the player I'm going to get in the summer. So it's not that he's stubborn to change the formation, but it also depends on the recruitment he get in the summer. Which brings me to Dembele and Co. Because if you're going to bring in Dembele and pure wingers, there's no way you can, because the reason Tuchel is playing a back three is two things: Jorginho and Thiago Silva, because both of them are slow. Jorginho is slow. He will get wrong again in the midfield. Why Silva is slow, but he's experienced enough to understand and need to know where I'm gonna move out of the position and mark ball. So the reason he's playing the back three just because of the two of them, because they're slow. So if you can get like a ball play central back who can do the basic of a central back, I think Tuchel will play back four.
So,
Because he
okay.
doesn't throw the central back we have right now.
No. But if he's getting Dembele, what is he getting Dembele for? Where does he play?
Because in Dortmund, Dembele play as a number 10. He plays as a left winger. He plays as a right wing. So it depends, because we have Rhys James who can play winger. Tuchel will never play Dembele as a winger, as a right wing back. Never. He won't.
You're saying never.
Because
as
he
if
has
you know him. Why do you say never?
See, the problem with me with Tuchel is I understand people are kind of angry with him with the back three and everything. I get that. But this is why I as a fan, are going to judge him. This is now not Roman Empire now. Roman era is over. This is a new era. And the board, I kind of say, we trust you now to give to get your player you want. And Dembele is the player you want. Because there was a talk in the boardroom about Dembele injury. And Tuchel came out and said, I trust Dembele 100%. I'm gonna show the world the real Dembele. And if I'm gonna get the blame, not Dembele, I will get the blame as a manager. That shows me he has a lot of trust on Ousmane Dembele that this is the man I want, that kind of in terms of going forward, this is what we need. So for me, him getting Dembele, there might be a way he might switch the formation a little bit and tweak it. And I've seen us play 3-4 where we play pure wingers. So it depends on.
Because my thing, I don't understand how you can, if he gets an Ousmane Dembele and he sticks to this system. I believe that I'm more likely to believe that he's playing this system because of the players at his disposal. But there is nobody on this team like Ousmane Dembele. Nobody.
Yeah, I know.
Like if you think about it, who on this team plays like Ousmane Dembele? Nobody does. No one does. So you have to match your formation. Any manager will know that you have to match your formation to the strengths of your players. You can't force your players into something that they can't do. You have to create the most effective environment for these dudes. Let me talk to you.
Okay, sorry.
But I also believe that yes, in getting Dembele is key because we don't have a player like Dembele in the team. And I also believe Dembele coming to the team will elevate those kind of wingers like Pulisic can go. They will have to up their game because
Elevate. Man, I'm not doing those guys, man. Please don't talk about those guys.
in as much as me, I don't even
What
rate this player.
elevate
I
Ziyech?
don't
Elevate
rate
Werner.
them. Hold on,
Elevate
I don't
Werner.
rate them. But when you bring a baller like Ousmane Dembele in the team, there will be pressure on those players to deliver because we can't rely on Dembele to be.
Werner will, so basically, when Dembele comes, Werner will raise his game and it will improve.
I don't. Is that a football player or IWF track owner? He's a track owner. He's not even a footballer player.
You know, we have to sell players though to get Dembele in because for me, like, there's no way we're getting Dembele with the players that we have. We have to sell someone.
Oh yeah, and Werner is top of that list.
Like
Josh,
for me, yeah.
Josh, talk to me, Josh.
Dembele, that's a dream. That is more of a dream, but in terms of how Tuchel will use him, it kind of depends on what else he brings in, aka defenders, and probably most importantly the wingers or wingbacks or fullbacks. I think that's also something that's not really spoken about with Chelsea fans. Like what we're going to do with the situation with the fullback situation. Chilwell is a question mark. We don't know how he's going to come back. Reece James, does he want to use Reece James in a different way? So yeah, there's a lot of questions. Obviously, the centre back situation, the midfield situation.
I mean, do you think he changes the formation if we get the Oos, or he keeps the formation?
I think he changes it if we get the Oos, as well as if we get Kounde in a sense. Kounde, another centre back, and also another central midfielder. That's when I think he changes it. Other than that, I don't think he changes it, and I think he'll play Dembele in one of the 10. I don't think he'll play a wing back. If he plays a wing back, he wouldn't be actually a wing back. He'll be more of a winger. Tactically, he's not going to be tracking back. He's going to be holding that width. It doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be tracking back. He's basically going to be a right winger. If you know what I mean. He wouldn't be a right wing back, if you know what I'm saying.
Danny, what do you say, man? And Dembele.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Yo.
You guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So, the profile of Dembele is necessary for the team because there's a sparsity of dribblers in the team. So just from an aesthetic level, and every week we have to watch this team level. Just give me somebody who I can just go, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like just somebody who like he's gonna dribble. There's gonna be some sauce in the team. I don't even care about the tactical. Well, I do care about that, but the tactical element is almost secondary. I just want to watch good footballers play football. So if the choice is if Dembele is there to be had, however much money it is, just go get it. Plus, selfishly, I use Chelsea on FIFA and Mason Mount in wide areas, trying to figure out Werner and these types of things. Just Dembele would be nice. So but that's like 3rd, 4th, 5th on the list.
I want Mount out of this club as soon as possible, bro. So.
I hate it, man.
We have time tonight. We can talk. We can get there.
I hope that was a joke. I hope that was a joke, by the way.
Trust me, you know when I'm joking, man.
As for the tactical element, while you guys have been talking, I've been doing some research. Thomas Tuchel has managed 92 games for Chelsea so far. Does anybody want to guess how many times he's used the back four?
4.
10.
Say 4 times.
12.
Eric had the number on the dot. He's used
think
it
it's 4.
10 times.
Is it 10?
Oh, is it 10? Oh, shit.
10 times.
Wow.
So 80 times out of 90 or 82 times out of 92, he's used a back 3, back 5. I looked at his last 3 games at PSG. He was using a back 3. So, and then I went to his Dortmund time, and you'd be surprised how many times you see a back 3 and a back 5. This idea that Thomas Tuchel wants to play a back 4, I think is erroneous on many levels. And even if you look at the teams that he was playing at PSG, you would see back 3 principles where one of the midfielders, most notably Verratti, would drop in between Marquinhos and Silva or Kimpembe and essentially create a back 3. And then you would have 2 midfielders, and Verratti's press resistant, so it works in that way. At Chelsea, you really don't have a player of Verratti's profile. Jorginho's the closest you get to it, but there's a clear degradation in quality if you look at it like that. So Tuchel does play with back three principles, and one of the reasons I was kind of why I wanted him in the first place, like when Lampard was managing, was install the back three principles, and then you go get a Nagelsmann. So you bring in Tuchel, he installs like some back three principles, and then you go get a guy that I feel like is like the next German out there, which would be Nagelsmann. So I remember telling you guys that during the Complicated Chelsea show, if you remember. So this idea that Dembele comes into the team and the formation will just automatically change to 4-3-3 and you'll start playing like Pep or Klopp, it's not going to happen. Tuchel is a man that wants control, not necessarily to dominate possession in terms of just like, I want 80% of the ball and we're just going to pass you to death on some tiki-taka thing. But he wants control in zones of the pitch. And part of that is having at least 2 or 3 players back at all times. And then if you look at the quotes that he said about the wing backs are very important. Part of the reason I didn't do well this season was because of Chilwell's injury and James's injury. I think he sees Chilwell and James in those wingback positions as primary focal points of how he wants his team to play football. And if they become fullbacks instead of wingbacks, you make them more defensive in some ways than offensive weapons. So I don't think I think this, as Abdullahi said, where Boehly and the Clear Lake Capital, I think, they're giving Tuchel basically carte blanche, like do what you want, sell who you want, buy who you want, or we'll work with you in a stronger way than perhaps Abramovich would. I don't think he's going to be bringing in 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, whatever it is. It's going to be back 3, back 5 principles. So just get ready to suffer. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, look, man. I mean, I get what you're saying, and so forth, but my thing though is the football needs to improve. The attack needs to improve. And for Tuchel, this is on you now. It's fully on you, because my thing is, there is like, if you get your players, you have your support and so forth, and the football is still classy, basement level, and there's no trophy at the end of the tunnel. And this is where it gets tricky. We don't know what a Todd Boehly is like in terms of his temperament. So Kobe could be a case of like, where, okay, what if this doesn't work? It's haram football. No trophies at the end. And Todd Boehly's like, oh no, keep going. It's fine. Okay, cool. And it's like, wait. So we're stuck with this trash? So he's not going to be under pressure? Because look, man, I mean,
the worst case, HH, is that he's like Kroenke, where the Kroenkes bought Arsenal with Wenger, who was an automatic Champions League qualifier, basically. Like he would somehow, some way, until like the latter few years, he would find Arsenal a way into the Champions League, which is essentially printing money for the people who buy the club, because you get the Champions League money. Obviously, top 4 means that you're pretty good in the Premier League money and all of these kinds of things. When it started going south, though, this is a person, Kroenke, who'd never had to hire a manager before. So they just stuck with Wenger maybe 2 or 3 years longer than they should have, because he's getting near enough to the objectives. So if Boehly is like, Thomas Tuchel will get us into the top 4, and if that's the goal of the club, not necessarily to win Champions Leagues, to win Premier Leagues, etc., and just top 4 is good enough because that keeps the money going, then I think Tuchel could stay for a long time. If those Boehly dudes are a different type of American owner who want to win at all costs, then Tuchel's on thin ice, because they will want to get their own guy.
I mean, wait, hold on. I mean, just quickly back to Dembele. My thing though is, I think even roots what Dan is saying, the whole thing with Dembele is that it's an announcement signing, because this team needs an injection of excitement and energy.
Yeah.
Something to excite guys and so forth. I just feel that for the profile of an Ousmane Dembele, this is a very attacking player. This is a very attack-minded player. And I just feel that you have to roll with a 4-3-3 or someone of a back four to really get the best out of the kind of player that an Ousmane Dembele is. Because if you're look, it will be an improvement regardless. Let's say you stick with this system. At the end of the day, you have a guy who takes on men. Nobody knows how to take on a man. Because there are times when, whether it's ZH, Manso so forth, this guy can't go ISO with a defender. Like the last time Chelsea had a guy who'd go ISO with a guy was William.
Zad.
William. He left after.
William DC. Sorry. So William left after Zad, isn't it?
Yeah, he had one season where he had the number 10.
So the last guy was William. So my thing now, fine. Keep the bombers back three then, you freaking moron. At the end of the day, at least you have a guy who you can give the ball to and can take on a man. And that is something that Chelsea be missing, because the amount of times you look at the attack and like, is someone going to try and take on a dude? You can't just keep passing. You can't treat the ball like hot potato. Someone receive the ball, face the man up, and try and beat a man and put the ball in. Beat a man and then shoot. So, but it's so haphazard where, okay, Havertz is trying to do one thing, Man's trying to do one thing, Lukaku is here. I'm like, there's no connection. It's like, can someone try to freaking dribble? Can someone actually try and take some ownership and responsibility to the ball? No one can.
Can I ask the panel a question?
Oh,
HH.
Feel free.
I feel this, I don't know, just assumption that Dembele comes and it works, just without question. Just the small caveat would be, if he stays fit, he's a guarantee. Does everybody feel that it's a guarantee? Like if you buy him, he comes into the team, he's fit for 2-3 seasons in a row. Let's give him that. Is it guaranteed that he fits and works? Is it like 99.9%?
No.
Nah, it's not.
So
Random is important. Yeah.
Like 70%.
Like 70? You give him like 70? Like you're that confident that it'll work?
I have a little bit of a rebuttal. People might call me crazy a little bit. I've watched Dembele play in Dortmund with Tuchel, and Daniel was right. He played like a back three with Pulisic, Aubameyang, and I believe Dembele. So I think if Dembele is fit, and just because Tuchel has kind of coached him before, I think Dembele will kind of, if he can stay fit, I can see him playing like 80, I'm sure 80, 90. Because
80-90%.
you bring the Dembele in, he's a creative player. He's not that good in kind of scoring goals, but when you have creator in your team,
sorry, quickly to that also, to Abdullah's points, Dembele I think finished with most assists in La Liga. Yeah, and he was only fit for half of the season.
I think he played 16 games, right? 16 games.
Yeah, he played 16 games.
Wow.
So
I think we don't really need Dembele to score that much goal, but you need him to create, and that is what has been our problem. Because if you have player like Dembele,
and also Abdullah creates for who? It can't be
I was just about to get to that point.
Because this is what the problem
I was just about to get there.
What the problem is. Tuchel and Lukaku are having a clash. Their relationship is not good enough. So if it's gonna be Lautaro Martinez or Gabriel Jesus, that is where the problem. Now, who does Dembele create for? Is it Lautaro Martinez or is it Gabriel Jesus?
Lautaro's not coming. Lautaro's not coming.
Who is gonna create for?
Martinez is that guy. That's
he's not coming to Chelsea.
No way. Like that,
doesn't the smart manager put Lukaku and Dembele together?
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Is like if Tuchel could put his pride aside and just make Lukaku feel welcome, this is the type of player that could help Lukaku score goals. I know I'm jumping the gun, HH. I'm sorry.
Let me just take some dubs from guys and I'll come on to your applies. So, shout out to your boy Link says, no to Gabriel Jesus. Only Jesus I know. Oh, Jesus. It's crazy. Link, my God. Shout out to your boy Low. LL, Dembele is injury prone. And
stop it, man. Stop it.
No, hold up more. Aren't you the Arsenal fan who said Arsenal would definitely finish third this season? I believe that was you. You said Arsenal would definitely finish third. So I want to know what happened to that thing. Joshua Santiman, thank you for the dub, Joshua. HH, apparently PSG are back in the race for the Oos.
Like,
yeah, it is between PSG.
I wouldn't be surprised if he went to PSG, guys.
No, it's between PSG and
I honestly wouldn't. Because of Di Maria, especially, like they need a replacement.
Your boy Sage Us unlocks so many attacking scenarios.
Yeah.
And which is why that is the key thing is who he creates for, which is why I think it's time for us to address this issue, because I think this is one of the most.
Talk about it.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Okay, because like I said, it depends on who Ousmane Dembele wants to create, because you can create as many chances as you want, but who's gonna be the top 9? This is where I'm afraid, because Todd Boehly is telling Tuchel now, I'm giving you the power, just like Pep Guardiola and Klopp is being given the power in their club. Now, there's a fraction between Romelu Lukaku and Thomas Tuchel in which I believe that can be fixed between the manager and the player. It happens in football. But now you bring in Ousmane Dembele and you have Lukaku who can score you goals. Now you have a striker you have a winger who can create and score goals. Now you say I want to force Lukaku out of the team.
But if I was to ask before, if you could choose anything, would you say keep Lukaku, or would you go and get another striker?
I'll keep Lukaku because he's the goal scorer and I have a creator Dembele who can create.
Okay,
you create
okay,
from
okay,
the
wait. Let's actually discuss it now. Let's discuss it now. Here's the thing. What do you do with Homeboy? Because my thing is this.
He's gonna pull up a picture. Where's the picture?
I had to choose this one. What do you do with Homeboy? Because I understand where you're coming from. And I'm like, do you know how much I understand where you're coming from? This is how much I understand where you're coming from. Haters will always hate. Oh, you're protecting, blah blah. Oh, you're so pro-black, blah blah blah. You're anti-white, blah blah. Thank you. Cool. But if you watch the games, nobody on this team knows how to create.
Thank you.
He's making the runs. He's showing himself. Players will look at him like, nah, I'm going to go sideways. And look at like, but I'm showing for the ball here. Nah, I can't do it. Kovacic can. He's the only one that can. But he's
not an attacking area. Yeah.
Kovacic is a really guy.
Yeah, but Lukaku, but Kovacic is the guy who most of the time gives Lukaku the ball when he asks for it, and really is brave enough to hit that ball through traffic.
Yeah.
My thing is, if you bring in an Ousmane Dembele, if you watch how this guy plays, remember this guy is right foot, left foot. Both of his feet are exactly the same. He says he doesn't even know what his strong foot is. So this is a guy who is hell on earth for any defender, because he can go anywhere completely amazingly well. And if you look at how this guy, he constantly is beating his man, getting to the byline and putting balls in there, that's food for a Lukaku. So we can't look at this through tunnel vision of like, oh my gosh, he's been so bad, he's been this, blah, 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 blah. When it's like, okay, fair enough, he could be better. He has been bad. He despite this situation, he could still be improved. But at the end of the day, the creativity has been so low. It has been so low. And it's problematic that clown Mason Mount is the highest top scorer.
Easy.
Which is why I don't think that it would be on the run. But here's the reality. I think this is too far gone. Because I feel that it's been such a problematic season. I do feel that Tuchel is very prideful. And I feel that the relationship is so fractured between both parties. I think that you can't really course correct. So, in my view, I feel that it has to be a case of like, okay, who did not get as a striker? Because now, if it's a case of, okay, Lukaku's not off to Inter, you might have to look at this Gabriel Jesus, man. I mean, Eric, what do you say?
Okay. I have a lot of things to say. Let me just start off with saying everything you said about Lukaku is right. Everything you said about the players is right. Lukaku was really poor this season. And somehow he ended up being our top scorer in all competitions. I think he was only 2 goals behind Mason Mount, which tells you a lot about our team.
Step out in FA Cup, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, but he's still the
Other
top
players
scorer in all
aren't playing
comps.
FA Cup games?
Exactly.
Hey, Mount
I mean,
played
how many
most
FA Cup
games.
games did he? He didn't even play in the FA Cup. How many FA Cup games did he play? Against
Middlesbrough,
teams.
Plymouth.
Kai Havertz played more
Cricket.
minutes than him last season by like a
How
fact
many
of like
goals did he?
200, 300, 400 minutes. So
Yeah,
He didn't even
Kai.
score. How many
Kai is
goals? You
terrible.
said FA Cup. How many goals do you think he scored in the FA Cup?
Probably
Three,
two.
four,
I don't think
So
he scored.
I think
Maybe 2 goals,
yeah, three.
3 goals.
three,
I
three,
mean,
three.
that's not. So look, Lukaku has
Three.
been a disaster of a
It's a
signing.
fifth.
He has been shocking in a lot of ways, but I still give him a 6 out of 10 for the season, which is maybe you could say is generous. I don't know, but when I look at the whole situation and my favorite word context, when I look at the team we have, when I look at Tuchel, you can't take away Tuchel's responsibility. Tuchel hasn't gotten the best out of him. Conte said it himself.
Did Tuchel want him, or was
Whether
Yes.
Lukaku forced
Tuchel
upon him?
He wanted
that
him.
that that
No,
is
he
even a
didn't,
bigger.
man.
That's
He
a
wanted
bigger
a
problem.
strike.
Say
I don't
whatever
think
you
he
want
wanted him.
about him.
Wait,
He
let
wanted him.
Eric land.
Yeah, I mean, whether he wanted him or not, it's your job to get the best out of your players. And
Mm-hmm.
if he wanted him, it means that we need a director of football. Because Tuchel doesn't know the players are fit what he wants to do on the pitch, which is a big problem, right? And then the second thing, if he didn't want him, obviously we have a new ownership, maybe things will change. It means that obviously the club were pushing players on him that he didn't want. And Tuchel's not going to say, "Oh, I didn't want this time." And I don't want. He's the only top striker available in air quotes, top striker. Maybe world class. Some people thought he was world class. He's the only one available, but I'm just going to reject him because he doesn't necessarily fit what I want. I don't even think the club approached him and said, "Do you want this player? Lukaku is potentially available. Do you want him?" No, they would have just said, "We're getting Lukaku. Okay, does he fit what you want?" And then he's probably going to say, "Yeah," even though he probably thinks no. And then you just nod and go ahead with it, and this happens. So whatever way you want to look at it, it's just a bad way that the club has been run recently. It's just one of the obvious reasons, things you can look at to show that this club has not been running the best way. So for me, hopefully with the ownership, things improve with that. I think for Lukaku, he needs to go. He wants to go. Obviously, things can still change, but it's too far gone at this point. It's best for everybody if he just leaves. I think Tuchel cannot be, of whatever the word is. You cannot, overlook his flaws with Lukaku. He hasn't gotten the best out of him. He didn't know how to use him. Which is not nice to say, but it's just the truth. Like he didn't get the best out of him. I was thinking to myself, why would you leave sell Giroud? You didn't like Tammy, shunted him, didn't bother with him, didn't involve him in the Champions League. If not for Lampard, your favorite manager, Tammy won't have a winner's medal because he wasn't involved in any Champions League games after Lampard got sacked. So these are things
No. I mean, allowing Tammy to go was stupid, very stupid.
I mean, you allow Tammy to go, you allow Giroud to go, and then you bring in Lukaku and you play him as a target man, which is what Giroud would have been doing for you.
I think this is where Tuchel was very arrogant and stupid. I think in Tuchel's mind was, my options are Lukaku and Havertz. And what I always say about Havertz is he can finish, he can play there, but that's not his specialist position. So it is very irresponsible to be like, if Lukaku doesn't work here, my plan B is a Havertz for a season. You can't go into a season with just one strike. Minimum, bro, this is even what I do in Football Manager. When I go into Football Manager, minimum I've got 2 strikers. I have my backup striker and I have my main striker. So if my backup striker doesn't work, boom. And worst case scenario, all right, who's my attacking midfielder who has like finishing that's above 15 or movement 17 and over, getting there.
Can I quickly talk about Jesus as well? I don't know. I don't want Jesus. I don't know what you guys think, but
Eric here. I mean, this is okay.
Take it.
The thing about Jesus is that I think
If it's
no, wait, hold on. Say something.
You just want dribblers, Be honest.
No. I agree with Eric. I do feel that Jesus gets unfairly maligned and so forth. And I do think that there's a quality player there. I don't think he's a striker. I don't think he's a guy you can rely on to get you goals. Now, if you combine him with someone else, okay. But if you're getting Gabriel Jesus as your striker, that's madness. You can't go into a season where this is now our prime striker that we're looking to rely goals on. He's not going to give you that. He's not going to give you minimum 20, 25 goals. That's not how.
Isn't the evidence that the other competitors for him are Arsenal and Spurs? They're not Bayern Munich, Real Madrid,
Mm.
PSG, Liverpool, Man City. It's Arsenal and
also,
Spurs.
Daniel, even more so.
And Arsenal primarily.
Yeah, but it's
So
okay.
you're
Even
battling
more so.
Arsenal. Like, is that a player you really want?
So, okay, even more so. Why was Gabriel Jesus lauded and so forth?
No
Because of how well he played for Brazil. Now, who are the guys that are behind Gabriel Jesus? They're pretty good. They're really good. So Gabriel Jesus was just having a lot of tap-ins because of the amazing Brazilian creativity that was around him. Eric, does Chelsea have Brazilian creativity in this team?
We have a Brazilian-born J5. You know?
Kennedy? Anybody?
I know. Wait. Let me hit him. Wait, let me hit him with this. Let me hit him with this, man. I know. Eric,
Yeah, he's actually from Brazil, by the way.
Emerson,
he was born in Brazil.
Emerson
Eric,
too.
I couldn't give a damn where it's from. Eric, all I'm saying is that, first of all, I want to apologize for saying J5. I want to apologize, and I hope that people can.
J5.
Abdullah, stop. I can see you smiling behind that mic. That's keep your face straight. I'm very sorry about that, and I fully regret everything that I said about Jay. And please, the guy is a flopping, the guy needs to get out of there. Abdullah, what are you saying about Lukaku, man? Keep him or just? And here's the thing, though, because obviously you can't sell.
The chat is funny, bro.
97.5. Abdullah, what to do about Lukaku, man? Talk to me.
AJ, the problem this is a problem now. When Lukaku came in, I'm kind of one of the persons that said, yeah, this man will score so good, will score a lot of goals because of.
Oh, so you've vouched for him. So basically, you're to blame.
I'm not the one to blame, but I'll vouch for him because I believe he's a goal scorer. And I believe him coming in will actually kind of help us going up in terms of scoring those goals. And this is where Ousmane Dembele comes in, because now you have a creative player in Dembele who can actually create, and Lukaku could score those goals. That is why I agree with what Eric said. I critique Tuchel a lot in terms of his decision making, because you bring in Lukaku, you know the kind of player Lukaku is. You have to change your style of play to fit into what the player wants. Because regardless of what you want to say, Lukaku is a goal scorer and is very, very clinical when you give him those chances. But sometimes I see Lukaku make runs and Jorginho and the guys pass back to Eduardo Mendy, and I'm looking at him and saying that Lukaku is making runs. Can you just pass that ball once?
Abdullah, what about your idol, Mount? Isn't Mount supposed to create for this guy?
My idol is not Mount. I don't want to.
Your idol is Mount. Abdullah, your idol is your idol. Your idol plays in a creative position.
My idol is not Mount. You know how much I could stand in terms of his final decision making. It's abysmal and it's poor. And people come and tell me Mount has this and goes, and I'm like, what does it do in the final third?
So, okay, let me ask you this key question. This season, how much blame do you put on Lukaku? How much blame do you put on the Bombers midfielders around him?
I'm going to put like 65 on Lukaku and the rest on the midfield. Why I say 65 on Lukaku is because as a striker, you have to know how to move around. You can't be staying one place at the other and say, I want to be if you want to be the focal point, you have to walk around. We've seen Karim Benzema play football. We've seen Robert Lewandowski come into play and play with the opposition. Lukaku does that in Inter Milan, but in Chelsea, he doesn't do it.
But see, Abdullah, you're right though, but this is my frustration. If you're buying a player, you should look at the kind of player that you're buying. Okay, this is what he does. This is what he doesn't do. So if you watched Inter Milan last season, you would know that Lukaku receives the ball to feet, gives it back, then makes a run. He receives the ball to feet, lets guys run past him. He holds up the ball, gives the ball through, and lets. So that's how he engineers things. So if you look at that, is what he did for 40 something games last season. I want to say, cool, you did that, and I now want to change your entire game. You have to know what you're buying.
Yep.
Now, it's true. Okay. People can say, adapt.
Yeah.
You have to be able to adapt. Cool. If you can't adapt, okay, what are you good at? Let's play to your strengths. So
that's why I said the issue is on 65 is on Romelu Lukaku, and the rest is on the midfielder. Because if you look at the way Lukaku played, doesn't even fit the team at all. Even himself doesn't even help himself because of the interview he did. Because there was no much clarification in what he was saying, and there was so much confusion and everything. So the interview literally just put him down as a player. And also, as him as a player, see, I would actually play football. I play football, and baby, we all play football. Sometimes we don't. If things doesn't work with the manager, you still do and have a conversation with him. Boss, this doesn't work with me. How do we work? What kind of player we have that can fit what I play? It's a convert. It's not being rude. It's a conversation we can have with the man. If the manager is okay, we'll try. I've seen Tuchel play so many formations this season. I saw a start. I cannot believe the start. Tuchel plays 17 formation this season. 17. Yeah, this season. Just to fit in Romelu Lukaku.
Wait, what? 17?
Yeah.
17 formations or 17 different starting 11s?
Yeah, different. It's like sorry, it's starting 11.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah, I'm not- okay.
Just
So
to
like
feed
what,
in,
17
formation.
just to feed in, like
The 17
just to feed in
formation,
Romelu
let's
Lukaku. 3-5-2, 4-4-2, 4-2-2-2, 4-3-3. I was like, if Tuchel is playing 17 different starting 11 just to fit in a player, there is a problem with the player. Is he willing to adapt? What is good? Because people can't come and say Lukaku did. You came into the team that won the UCL, and when the board want to sign you, the board knows we bring in the player in that we're just gonna call the final puzzle to score those goals on him for us. So that friction has been there between Lukaku and Tuchel. In which the board himself have to get the blame, and I've been criticizing the board since the second coming of Jose Mourinho in 2015. They have to fix up their brain and intelligence. They have been abysmal since that year. Ever since Michael Emmanuel left, it's been shambolic. No sporting director, no scout. It's been poor. You brought in Lukaku, and you don't know the kind of player Lukaku is. You brought him to a manager who play possession-based system. How do we succeed? Because we've won the Premier League title playing a counter-defensive system. That has been our bread and butter, winning the Premier League title. You brought in a manager who play possession-based, and you brought in Romelu Lukaku to do what? To run,
And
to
I know the thing though, when I said at the start that I don't think this is a good idea. For both sides, I said this isn't good for Chelsea and for Lukaku. Why are you leaving Inter?
I don't know.
Whatever they're offering you, stay. I knew that this was not a good move because I'm like, okay, Lukaku, this is a very particular player, and this at Inter Milan it works. Is this exactly what Chelsea wants? And is this exactly what will fit for Chelsea? And that's why I just think that this doesn't look too crazy. I mean, Daniel, what are you saying about the Luke Skywalker, man?
Oh wow. I just think it's just a nasty situation, really. And I'll keep it, full disclosure, wherever. I was happy when Chelsea signed him last summer because he was last summer. Everyone in the chat and everyone on the panel would have said Lukaku is top 5 in Europe. Maybe not everybody, but most of us would have said name the top 5 performing strikers in Europe.
No, he was.
And you would have heard Benzema, Lewandowski, Haaland, Kane, and Lukaku, whichever order is the order. But that would have been the 5. Nobody's saying Immobile in those names. Okay, so my thinking was you get that top 5 dude in the door, and then you build around it. So if a top 5 striker becomes available, you grab that guy, especially if you're Chelsea suffering with Timo Werner syndrome and you're letting go of Giroud, you're letting go of Tammy Abraham. If you can make one of those 5 available, and they did at the cost of 115 million euros, you grab him. And then you have a manager who I thought could be creative enough tactically to get the best from this player. Whether or not you want him or not is beside the point. If you can grab a solution to your striking or goal scoring issues, you do that, and then you work around him. I don't know. I guess I gave Tuchel a little bit too much credit in the sense that maybe I didn't think he was maybe as rigid as he is or pragmatic as he is, that he wasn't willing to put as many forward-thinking players around Lukaku. He kept the same 3-4-3. Lukaku, obviously, he had COVID, ankle injuries. I think in the Champions League when he won a penalty against Malmo or one of those teams, and he messed up, and then he missed like 2 months. Then he got COVID. Then he got injured again. It was just a whole thing. Then the interview happens. There was just a whole bunch of things that happened to Lukaku outside the pitch, but on the pitch, it was a mess. And you could see, as Half Hope's point about, players would see the runs or they wouldn't even look for the runs. and he would just be pointing and giving thumbs up, just trying to like make his teammates like, yeah, that was good, like let's keep going. But there was just something off. And I look at the coach, I'm like, well, there's obviously a goal scorer in Lukaku. There was a reason the club spent that much money. And you got to this thing that Tuchel didn't want Lukaku. Maybe he didn't want him in the sense of like he wouldn't be my first choice, but you can't convince me a club spends again 150 million euros on a player and they don't consult the manager or the head coach. That doesn't happen. I don't think at any level. I don't think we just spent half of the transfer budget on one player. Here you go. There must have been conversations can you get something from him? Like, is this a player you can work with?
But Daniel,
and Tuchel must have said yes.
This is what I think may have happened though.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit complicated. I think the thing was he's not my first choice. All right, but we need a finisher. We need a striker. Look at this guy. He helps Inter to a Serie title, really good goal return and so forth. Because okay, he doesn't really fit what I want and so forth. He's not really doesn't fit the profile, but he has scored a lot of goals. But because he's scored a lot of goals, striker's a striker. He scores goals. I'm going to assume that he can adapt and tweak his game to be able to fit what I want. So it was that assumption that he made of like, arrogant. Hey, he's a goal scorer. Okay,
it's arrogant for the coach to think I am going to make the player change his game, especially when that player's game just made you spend 115 million on him.
No, Danny,
Lukaku would look at the situation and think, I'm the big guy here. You guys spent all this money on me, Daniel, and now I have to bend over backward for you. You should be bending over backward to make me work.
Not necessarily to change his game. It's not about changing his game.
Lukaku isn't capable of changing his game, guys. We know this. He's a particular style of player.
Hold on. Daniel.
Sorry.
It's not about changing his game. It's a foolish assumption. Foolish assumption is that if he's one of the best strikers in the world or in Europe, he'll figure it out. So anything that we give him, because you're such a good striker and so forth, if he just give you a stiff or so forth, you can be able to conjure up something because you're an amazing striker. So it is that assumption that all because the guy's an amazing striker, he'll just be able to figure out any situation within a given match of making something out of any chances that he's given. And I just think that for Tuchel, that was a wrong assumption to make, and that was a wrong leap to make, because football is a slightly bit more complicated than that. I think what he saw was, because look, Lukaku did have chances and opportunities that I think Tuchel would assume a top striker would convert. But what he didn't take account is that Conte knew exactly what Lukaku was about and built his team to suit exactly what it was about and truly made the fully accentuated his strengths. So,
Hitchich, I have a question for you guys. Sorry.
Go for it, Eric. Go for it.
So this is for you and this is for Daniel. What percentage? We talked about Lukaku. Let's assume that Lukaku takes maybe like 60% of the blame.
I don't know about that.
Okay. Whatever.
Just put out. Yeah.
Let's just say he has the most of the blame, or maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But what percentage of the blame for this failure? Forget the club. We know how they've been, making mistakes recently. But what percentage is on Lukaku? The players around Lukaku, and what percentage is Tuchel himself?
Okay, I would. Is it cheesy just to give it even? Just like 25% Lukaku, 25% the club, 25 Tuchel, 25 the players? Or is that too cheesy?
That's way too easy.
Because I feel like it's a failure on all levels. I feel like if the club didn't know that Tuchel couldn't use it, or the club knew, put it this way, the club should have known that Tuchel wouldn't be able to adapt with Lukaku in the team. So that's a failure there that you blow your transfer budget on him. So that's
Eric. Here's the thing though. You're a manager. What is the job of a manager, specifically manager? I look at all these players. These are their strengths. These are their weaknesses. And it's not as if we insult and we abuse these players. They're not Norwich level. They're not Elche level. They're not Scunthorpe level. So they're not like if these guys are... See, their basement's bad. in terms of for high thing, but not basement's bad in terms of okay, these guys literally sell fruits. So we're not dealing with Scunthorpe here. So why I'm leaning him out towards Tuchel is you have to know how to utilize these guys and try to play to their strengths. And what he's doing is, I don't think he's fully playing to their strengths. He's just sort of, okay, try this or try that. 17 different starting lineups. Okay, try this, try that. Because see, whenever I see these things, I always say that, what are you doing on the training ground? Because that's when I look at Chelsea, it's like, okay, I actually want to just be a fly on the wall in training and
I don't
say,
think that's
what
fair.
exactly are you doing in training?
I don't
It's a
think so
difficult-
because there was barely any training. There was
Let
barely
me
any
come
training.
some guys I'm not talking. So Josh, I mean, like, where are you at with this whole? Because that's a good question by Eric. Like, how much blame goes on to Lukaku, the players, thing, and so forth for you, Josh?
Me personally, like I think the Lukaku thing is more mental. Like forget about what we see with the face value and everything. What happens behind the scenes in his head and mentally, I think that's the biggest issue with him as an individual and him in a team. I don't think he can be in a team where he's not the basically the main guy. He needs to be in a situation where the manager plays for him. We can't afford that. I don't believe no top team that's competing for the top at the top level. I'm not talking about Inter Milan because they're basically a tier below. Let's be real. Inter Milan are not in the tier of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, etc., etc. They're a tier below. I don't think a team that is competing for the top level can accommodate a player just to play for that single player, and he's just Lukaku, someone that just is someone who's just a goal scorer. It doesn't work, especially in the way football is nowadays. You need a team cohesion, a team structure. And personally, I never wanted Lukaku in the first place. I was completely against it because I knew his style of play was just completely opposite to what we're trying to do. We're trying to do the pressing from the front, possession type of football and all that, and counter press. And that is completely not Lukaku. So I don't know why we got that, and that's why I put partial blame on Tuchel. But at the same time, obviously the club has to take a lot of blame for that as well. Players around him,
All right,
players around him. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Eminence, what do you say with this? With regards to
Yeah.
blame.
Literally, for me, you have to look at like the board, Tuchel, the players, Lukaku. Like everyone has to take the blame for me and this one, man.
But who takes the most blame? Who should take the most blame?
Do you know what? I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna say Tuchel and the players before Lukaku because because for me, Tuchel, I don't know what he does in training. Like I don't know what these guys do in training. Seriously, I'm not even. I'm being serious. I don't know what he does in
Eminence, I
training.
have
Like,
no idea. I have no idea.
Yeah, but the thing is, are we not gonna say that we had basically the most games that any other team had the last season, apart from Liverpool?
Don't give me. No.
I'm
not-
not-
there wasn't much time to
hold
be on
up,
the
Josh.
training pitch.
No, hold up, Josh. What do amounts of games have to do with? Oh, okay, this is what this team is trying to do. Okay, this is this team's personality. This is their character.
Are you saying that the amount of games means there's not as much training time?
There's not as much training time.
Okay.
There wasn't as much training. So let's be real. Like the whole last season, we started the season after the Euros. A lot of players came
Very
late.
good point. Very good point.
There was a lot of issues last season that we may be forgetting and neglecting, that maybe on the training pitch they weren't able to do this and this.
You know what? To be fair, I think we played like 3 preseason games last season. I think it was only 3. So you might have a point,
terrible,
but yeah. But for me though, like if you sign a player like Lukaku, you should be able to. Wait, what happened?
No, I was thinking that when somebody asked what do we do in training, and then somebody put exactly what I was thinking. Where like they
oh yeah, so I saw that.
They play basketball in training, which is true.
Yeah,
like the last good thing I saw Lukaku do in training was dunk. Like he had his football and he dunked the football. Like I was like, wow, should have gone NBA, but.
So do you know what? This is why I'm worried. Like Tuchel getting the full say on the transfers, because for me,
So you don't believe in him then? You don't believe in
no,
his talent?
Let me land.
Okay.
I don't really know what Tuchel's talent ID is like, because for me, if I ask you, what's a Thomas Tuchel player? What would you tell me? Like what would you say is a Thomas Tuchel player?
Werner.
That's a good point.
Because
no, but Eminence, let me be real with you. I am confused because see, I remember that Dortmund team that he inherited from Klopp. And yeah, I don't think they won. Maybe they won like a DFB Pokal or so forth. But I was like, oh, this team is pretty damn good. I remember when they touched up Bayern in the DFB Pokal and the US was going crazy. Oh no, this is like a really cool attacking team. And then he moved over to PSG. I was like, okay, this PSG team, you know, like for me, his PSG, I think they made the freaking UCL final. So his PSG has actually been probably the most cohesive PSG team. If you take up him, Pochettino, Laurent Blanc, homeboy, Emery. But Carlos was way back. See, so just in recent memory, I think his team was the most cohesive. So Eminence, my whole thing is that I don't get this Tuchel because maybe I'm blind, or maybe I'm confused. The Tuchel I'm thinking is attack, flair, and really more attacking football, and he wants really guys who are skillful and go and really want to go forward. Yeah. So I'm not sure what went wrong here too. Let's now be rigid and pragmatic.
And you know,
wait. Let me say it quickly. It's like this is Chelsea. You know the pressure that a manager has when he comes into the club. It's to perform straight away.
But Josh.
Yeah. So let's basically see if he changes his way, because I don't believe last season and the season before.
See, now we're getting to the crux of the matter. Maybe what it was Tuchel was like, oh wow, I've got this Chelsea job. I didn't actually think that PSG would actually end up firing me and so forth. I know I've done my homework on this Abramovich dude. All right, look, let me just get results. Whatever it is here, I'm not here to bring in a style and be cool. Results, because if I don't get results, this guy's going to sack me, and who knows where I will now land. Because, bro, I'm actually fortunate enough to actually land this Chelsea job after being sacked by PSG. So he was under so much pressure, knowing how trigger happy this dude was. He was just about results. But now, to the Boehly's here, a whole new leadership. Maybe it's like, okay, I'm going to be given time. You're gonna allow me to give my process and so forth. You're not gonna be so trophy. If not, you're sacked. Maybe now we can now see the more of the real Tuchel, who is less under pressure to deliver results to a trigger-happy owner.
Would you take good football and would you take better football and worse results though?
Daniel, I want both. I'm greedy. I want better.
I know. But that obviously you want both. That's the ideal.
Yeah.
But let's say let's say like the structure of the club loosens a bit, and it allows Tuchel to just do what he wants essentially. And let's say what he wants to do is play a sexier style of football. What if the growing pains of installing that football results in a season that's 6th, 5th, 4th, maybe
instead of willing to wait,
and instead of taking that title challenge that everybody.
Yeah, I think we should be willing to wait.
Let me be real with you, right, guys? Because I'm older than all of you. I remember the days of homeboy over here, Zola, bro. When I was in school, I was arguing with the guys when Chelsea were 6th max. The days of 6th max when Dean Winders for Bradford City used to be. Dean Winders would score a brace all that time. So for me, my thing about it was that I was happy because the football was freaking amazing. 6th, maybe an FA Cup, maybe a Cup Winners' Cup, but this thing we're not stiffing on EPL. But I was like, no, the football is great. I am entertained by the football. I believe we had the best player in the league in Zola. So I was like, the league, the trophy will come soon, but man, I am enjoying every single week. Okay, we'll lose here, we'll win here, but the football is amazing, and we have 4-5 dazzlers in the freaking team. So, Dan, the answer to your question is, if the football is money, I'm willing to wait. Now, I ain't gonna waste like 300 years.
I don't believe you.
Or 10 years. But then, if the football is money, you've got my time.
I don't believe him. Look, HH, first of all, sorry, Daniel.
No, that was a good question.
I'm cutting in here. Okay, you know what?
No. I've been talking, man. I've been talking. So go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I mean, HH said that he's older than all of us. I mean, I don't know how old you think Eminence is, or have you met any of us in person?
I can tell, man.
HH, are you like 120 years of age?
I'm like, meet your damn mic, man.
Are you 200 years of age?
I'm like, I said, meet your mic.
You know I know your age, but I won't talk.
Now mute. Eric, not talk.
Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, look, Danny T is, he brings up a very good point. And me, I don't know about anyone. I'm only going to speak for myself. Okay. I can be patient because I've been one of these, entitled fans who don't appreciate what we've been doing. The sacking and hiring has been so good for us, it's so successful, but I'm so entitled and I'm so selfish that it's not enough for me. I want to see a manager stay there for more than 18 months, at a club. But whatever. But for me, I can be patient with it. But that like Daniel said, that's the growing pains in the short term. But I just want to quickly give Tuchel some kind of I'm surprised that I have to do this. I feel like I have to back Tuchel a tiny bit. So okay.
So basically, you're a Tuchel hater.
No, of course not. I'm backing him. I'm backing him now. So I'm telling you that. What if I tell you that the points we got last season is the most points we ever got since 2017 when we won the league last? What if I tell you we also conceded the least goals? 5 clean sheets in his first 5 games at home. That's a record never been done before. To the point where people were thinking that we might equal or even do better than our record, which is a Premier League record, by the way.
Oh, no, that's never getting broken, bro.
Yeah, so
15, that's never getting broken, man.
But
the point I'm
Eric,
making is, yeah.
What if I tell you that last season was our worst home record in a long time?
Yes, I know that as well.
Nobody
I know
cares
that
about
that's
home
true.
record, man.
That's true as well. But we still considered 31 goals. That's decent. And we have a very good record in general under Tuchel. And the game is not just about scoring goals, it's about having a balance. And for the longest time, we've been saying that our squad is imbalanced. Our squad is, you called it a monster or something like that, right? You called it a
Frankenstein's monster.
A Frankenstein monster, yeah. So you said that for a reason. And yet Tuchel has been managed to make some kind of, cohesive units. And we scored the most goals. And we scored in a while. I can't remember the last time we scored that many goals. We scored about 2 goals per game on average. Considered 31 or something like that, 31 goals, most points since 2017. And we've been to every final except one under Tuchel. Those things matter. They tell me that, okay, this manager is worth backing, at least maybe for, a full season and a half maybe.
And if not for that, Mount would have at least won 1 or 2 of those trophies. So
I mean, you can look at it like that.
I have to mention it.
You look at Mount. I look at Pulisic. If Pulisic scored, we won't be talking about Mount. Whatever.
Yeah, those two cost us, man.
It is what it is, man. So the squad for me, the number one blame is the club, no doubt. The board, shocking, embarrassing. Number 2 has to be, the players. Number 2 has to be the players. The players are not good enough. Most of them are not good enough. That's the truth. The setup, the balance of the team is just not right. And then number 3, for me, number 3 is Tuchel. Funny enough, it's Tuchel. Even though Lukaku, maybe he made the wrong decision.
Where's the blame with Lukaku?
Lukaku has the blame.
How much he put on Lukaku?
40. No, that's too much. The club has to take like 60. The club has to take like 60, and then maybe Lukaku takes like math. Oh no. Divided 3 by.
Where is Smith Small?
It has to be less than 25. Eric.
Eric, the maths.
Yeah. Look, 33% for.
Do you just bottle the mathematics?
For the No. Look. I don't want to try to. I didn't think I would have to do some kind of calculation here. So
this is why I said just divide it all by 4 because I'm a math
40%
brick, so I can do 25.
What's 40 divided by 3? Figure out whatever.
Yeah, 12ish. I have no idea.
Yeah, like 13
13
something.
or something.
Yeah, 13.333 something.
That's 13.
Yeah, look.
13.3333 something.
Basically, just 13, and then just there's something after the dot.
30.3 recurring.
Exactly. So okay, maybe Lukaku takes like 10, and then the other player, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is, as much as I don't like this individual, I had to hold back. Hitchis told me to hold back. I was going to call him some names.
Who?
But Lukaku, I can't blame Lukaku for. Okay, I can blame him for choosing to come to Chelsea. I can blame him for his poor performances, but I can't blame him for the initial thing, which was people weren't getting the best. I don't know about what you guys think, but for me, it's easy to just look on the sidelines and say, "Oh, you should keep running, Werner." And I credit Werner. He keeps running, no matter what. He just keeps going. But if I was in Lukaku's position, I would feel a little bit depressed. my confidence would go down and my performance would show. It would reduce my performance. So it just is what it is. But for me, it's just a combination of many things, and it's difficult for me to just be so critical towards Tuchel. Tuchel is the best part about this whole thing, man. So yeah, that's it, man.
Let me hit some dubes. Casey. Oh yeah, I'll come to you. I'll come to you. Teams can't handle centre backs under 37. His level. Casey, you know what? Casey. Casey. That's a yellow for that comment.
Hey, he's right.
Yeah, but that's he's being ageist, Casey. Casey also worry about Barcelona. You damn thieves.
How old is Lukaku? 29 years of age.
Jibs, where does Project Neymar play? Now, Project Neymar is a forward thing. That isn't nobody else in Chelsea fanship ascribe that to Project Neymar. That is just what Ford said for him as well. But so where does Hudson-Odoi play if the ooze comes? That's not my issue. That's not my problem.
Where is Ford?
Well, I sent him the link, so I'm not sure where he is though and everything. So I sent him the link, bro. Casey, you were ignoring the horrendous quality of Serie. Okay, guys, how high is the Serie tax?
Is it higher than Bundesliga tax?
That's what I'm saying. Is it higher than the Bundesliga tax?
Nah,
how high is the Serie tax?
Serie, bro, if Immobile was one of the top scorers in that thing, come on, man. What are we doing in it? Immobile.
Do you know Immobile is consistently top of the goal scoring charts in that league?
Doesn't Modeste have a golden boot in Bundesliga? Or is that just something I made up?
Modeste was a quality striker.
Modeste was a quality striker. Maybe. I'm just saying.
Look, man. Okay. What's the word? Shorty boy. Lukaku has scored more goals in the last 30 years than Pele. He's absolutely world class. Wait, did Maradona really say this? Now, here's the thing. Maradona said that, remember, he had a lot of beef with Pele. So Maradona would always say anything to bring down Pele. I'm not actually Belgian. I just wanted to play with Lukaku. Huh? Wait, are these fake quotes?
They must be.
These are fake, man. These are fake.
Okay,
you think someone's sending you a real super chat? Come on, these are fake.
Come on, these are fake. I'm sure that's fake. Thank you, Dob Dadger, man. Official offer to Tanby. Wait, Zad plus 70 mil for Reece James. Hashtag free my boy.
Hey, did you see Hazard today? Yeah? He played really well, man. For Belgium.
Stop giving out. And so someone said, "Oh yeah, Hazard got like an assist." What's Nations League? Are we now racing Nations League? Really?
Who did Belgium play?
Who cares? Daniel.
Poland. He had 2 assists today.
Nah, he actually played well.
Let's see what he does on November. Let's see what he does in November. Now, Daj, I know you're a Real Madrid fan. Okay, let me say to you closely, Reece James is staying at Chelsea forever. Reece James is never, ever going to Real Madrid.
Relax.
That ever. How many possession is that?
Have you checked his Instagram likes and his Twitter likes?
He's doing that just for jokes, man. He's doing that for jokes.
He's using
I don't know what happened.
Okay, I just go on, man. Go, but sing.
Like he's at church.
Elsie, were you alive when? So you know what, Casey, man. You know what?
When did Chelsea win their first league?
1955.
55, yeah.
Casey, you know what? I'm not going to answer that question. All right,
damn.
Casey,
my dad wasn't alive, so that's a long
all right, guys.
time.
Let's talk defense, man.
Hey, mods.
Where are you going?
Oh, okay. Talk to me. What do you want to say?
I'm worried. A little bit.
About what? Tell me. What worries you? What keeps you up at night?
The league.
Todd Boehly giving the power to Thomas Tuchel. It's getting me worried.
So you don't believe in Tuchel?
No. We don't have a sporting director, or we don't have.
That's what I said, man. That's what I said.
Because this is a dangerous game. As a fans, I don't want to cross and I don't want to rant because it's dangerous. You are giving Tuchel the power now to sign players because what we are doing is No sporting director. You're telling me Gonaskia is gonna be the head of this team? Oh my
no,
God.
she's leaving. I heard that she's leaving.
Because
She's
Yeah,
gone.
she's
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 gone.
leaving
now
August. Yeah.
you brought in, you gave Tuchel the power to buy players. He's bringing in players. If this project fails, oh Lord help us, Lord, I don't know what to say if this fails,
Yeah,
because
Boehly, patience,
if
patience.
one
Abdullahi, have hope.
I don't know what to say. I don't know
Have
because
hope.
if this project fail, people talk about Pep Guardiola and Klopp. They have sporting director, they have
Abdullahi,
scout.
if this project fails, I am reconsidering the move to Real Madrid. I told
I
you,
have
during
a-
Real Madrid, they
I
have
have a really
approached
good
me.
question. I have a really good question.
Yeah.
Well, at least I think it's good. Let me not give myself credit for this. As yet, who do you think lasts longer as a Chelsea employee? Romelu Lukaku or Thomas Tuchel?
I think Thomas.
Thomas Tuchel.
Tuchel.
Thomas Tuchel.
Lukaku has
Tuchel.
4 years left on his contract.
Yeah.
The idea is they loan him for 2 years or something like that.
with
So
option
do you
to buy
think
for
Tuchel
70
lasts for the next 2 years?
Yeah, I think they will last.
You know what?
Yeah.
The fan base are united. Yeah. So
No.
like,
See, if this was Abramovich, hell no. Like I already said that, bro. Tuchel is not lasting more than.
So it's
2
not
years
as
under
good as I
Abramovich.
thought. So never mind.
Yeah, like basically Todd Boehly. Now, who knows? But my thinking is for Todd Boehly, you've just come in through. You just come into the whole new situation and everything. Tuchel, he's not going to make things look completely bad and so forth. So yeah, it's going to be like, okay, cool, do your thing, process, West build, blah blah blah.
My thought process for that was, to Abdullahi's point, if they give Tuchel so much power, so let's say he goes out and gets Dembele, he goes out and gets Kounde and all the players that he wants. What if it flops? And like, do you think they'll actually give him more rope? Or do you think they'll just like, hey, just go?
No, Dan, you're asking an impossible question because I don't know what the kind of person that Todd Boehly is. So I'm just gonna go for a shot in the dark of I'm looking at FSG, I'm looking at Kroenke. You're just coming in to a whole new situation and so forth. So my shot in the dark is like he'll just be like, okay, keep it going. Now, if things are really bad and now the fans now put up an uproar, okay, boom. But if the fans don't put up an uproar, you're finishing top 4, you're competitive and so forth. All right, cool.
Because all of these reports are putting a lot of pressure on Tuchel now.
Yeah.
Because it's on you. Like you are deciding who stays, who goes to an extent.
Yeah. Wait, so let's move. So let's talk defense. Let's talk defense right now. All right, guys. I just need a what. Guys, why am I not totally sold on this dude? Why am I not totally sold on this dude?
Because he's short. That's why.
Thank you, man.
If he was 6'3", 6'4", people would love him. But he's 5'11", and you're not going to be sold.
Someone sends me. I don't know whether it was Simon or someone sends me like a show reel. Now I don't know whether they did this because they hate me and people have hateful vengeance towards me. But someone sends me a DM of a Kounde disaster class show reel. Him like
not
giving away the ball, bad passes, and just like I was like, wait,
you could do that for any player. I saw one on Nunez today because he might go to Liverpool. So
I think Kounde is if I can just quickly go first. Okay, I think Kounde is going to be a good player for us, but let's not be surprised if he makes those mistakes. I'm expecting it. Say whatever you want about his experience. He's still 23 years old.
23.
And that is, yeah.
Yeah, 23.
He's not like 27,
wow.
28.
Damn.
Yeah, he's very young. So he will have to get used to this league.
This is what I don't like. You see, don't bring Kounde and Delict, one or the other. And for me, I would choose Kounde over Delict. Call me pro black. It is what it is. I'm choosing Kounde over Delict. Now, because see, Eric, if you give me Kounde, Koulibaly, and you have Thiago Silva,
I mean, it might still not be enough, but that's a good start. That's a very good start.
It's a good start.
Yeah, for sure. For me, Kounde will be successful for Chelsea. He just needs to, maybe I don't know, be less.
He's a modern defender. He's
basically.
defender.
You see, saying he's the Rudiger replacement, I think would be wrong.
No,
I think he's more an Aspilicueta replacement.
Yeah,
because he'll play right-sided center back in a back three,
He could actually run with the ball.
and maybe like right back, because I've seen him play right back for France. So if you want to play back four and you need him to play out there, he can play there, or he can play right side center back in a back four. So
he looks better
I,
at centre back.
so I think he's more an Azpilicueta type of player in that way.
Yeah.
Than
He
like
made- yeah, for
Christensen,
sure.
Rudiger, etc. Like I think they still need to find another actual.
Wait, let me
centre-back.
go.
Yeah,
Let me just go
centre-back,
around and just quick assessments on Kounde and so forth for Chelsea. I would lie. Kounde, thoughts?
I don't know why you guys doesn't rate Kounde. I think you need to go back and watch La Liga. He has the most as a defender, the defender that passed forward most as a defender. He won the most area duels in La Liga. Is just Kounde. He has everything you want in a defender. So this people say this, yeah, they are not sold on Kounde. They need to actually. I don't know if they watch football with their stomach. Just sit down and watch football. You see a defender that know how to defend and how to play football. That's just Kounde. That's him. He's the kind of guy you needed in your team where, see, people might call me aggressive or violence. I don't care. You lose Rudiger. See, Rudiger is crazy. And I want Kounde in my team because Kounde is mad. I want that madness in my team. Our defenders are too soft. I don't like it. It annoys me. Kounde
As long as
is
he doesn't
mad.
get red
Name names.
cards.
Christensen. Name names. Christensen.
Kounde is mad, and I want that madness in my team. If you want to do bullshit, I have someone that gonna tell you, hey, bro, go back to your seat. You want to become mad? I'm
The
mad.
difference with Rudiger is that Rudiger knew how to control it. He didn't get red cards, and
I
that's
know.
what Kounde, So
I know,
you have to be careful.
Eric, I want that in my defender. If you believe you're mad,
Wait,
have
hold
the
up. You
madness
want
in my team.
red cards?
Okay.
Apply. Speak for yourself.
know
I
how
don't
many
want.
guys
I don't want
they
people with certain
He
men.
said, I want that madness in my team.
I want madness in my team. Yes, I want it in my team. Our defenders are too soft enough. I don't like that. They're too soft. No, they're too soft.
I'd lie. I don't want to. I don't want to red cards here, there, and everywhere. Yes, bring some aggression and everything, but please, I don't want to be going
Within
into like
reason,
a
within
UCL semi with 10 men. Please, 11v11.
You see,
Um,
my
Yeah, Daniel.
if
What
I-
do you say about Kounde?
The style of play I find an interesting argument that I don't know if many people have brought up. Like in La Liga, the ball is generally on the floor. So Kounde is good with his feet. I don't know how you say he's won a lot of aerial duels in Spain.
Yeah.
I don't know how many profiles of teams there are, like the Premier League. Luckily, Burnley's gone, so you don't have to deal with that. But or like old school Stoke, you don't have to deal with those guys. But in England, they're very happy just to play Route 1, and you're gonna have to face some just big dudes up there just for no reason. It seems like so. I wonder how he'll manage with that. Just a totally different style where the balls, everything's not going to be in front of you all the time, and you guys know how La Liga works. So it'll be an adjustment period, I'm sure. I wouldn't expect him just to hit the ground running and be giving you 8 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s, but a few seasons or a season with Thiago Silva wouldn't hurt. Like all of these types of things you have to put into the math. So listen, if it's the available striker, what am I saying? If it's the available center back that's out there, go get him, especially because it was close to being done last transfer window. So yeah, I would be for it. I mean, beggars can't be choosers. If you're losing Azpilicueta and Christensen and Rudiger, if there's a young prospect out there who you've clearly scouted for years, go get him.
I mean, that's what we say, Kounde.
Yeah, just like Daniel said, man. The physicality of the Prem. Like, I'm not sure how he's going to handle it because when you're going up against like teams like Wolves or I don't know Newcastle, we have like Chris Wood. What these
Burnley
guys?
Burnley are.
Oh yeah.
Those all lives matter matches are.
Yeah, I'm not sure how.
White lives matter, bro. White lives matter, Burnley.
I'm not sure how he's going to handle the physicality, but you know what? I'll take him, man, because if you look at the market for defenders, there's not that many defenders who are very good. So
this is the worst era for defenders.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I'll take him. Man. I'll take him.
There's a guy I want to bring up before we go to call it. There's a guy I want to bring up. But Josh, talk to me about Kounde.
I'm not sold on him yet. I saw him in the Euros. I was like, this guy.
He's playing right back.
Yeah, he was playing right back. He was playing right back. So I'll give him a buy there. But his attributes are useful, but I think useful in the back three more than the back four. So that's probably and like we spoke about earlier on. I think this back three will probably be a thing, but I think he'll suit a back three. But in terms of a back four, I don't know. We have to see.
Now, guys, this is now linked into Lukaku. Do you know a guy who I really rate?
Skriniar.
This is a guy who I believe that is one of the best defenders.
Bastoni, yeah. Oh,
No,
Should be Skriniar. Should be Skriniar.
this dude.
yeah, Skriniar. Good,
You see,
yeah.
this is because I watch Bastoni here. This is the rock of Inter's defense. This is the rock of Inter's defense, and I think that and also he's decent on the ball, so he's decent to bring the ball up. But in terms of just pure defending, this guy's a very, very good defender. He's a very, very good defender, and I think that if, let's say, because what I read was Inter like, all right, give us Lukaku, loan deal for like a reduced fee and so forth. We'll give you Skriniar. For me, I think that's a great deal. If Inter wants a reduced fee to take in Lukaku on a loan and they give us Skriniar, I think that is a great deal. Because Chelsea need defenders and Skriniar is a very, very good defender.
It has to be a loan with an obligation, by the way.
I don't believe all these swap deal rumors. Like the amount of swap deals that have actually happened in football are very minimal. Like the last major swap deal I can think of was Mkhitaryan and Sanchez.
Yeah,
Sanchez,
Somebody
That
can tell me
flopped as
the year that was, but that was the last major one.
2018.
So people, these media companies are very tricky when they just want. There's a thing called search engine optimization. They put as many proper nouns in these things as possible. So Lukaku, Inter, Chelsea, Skriniar, that's going to make people click. But the idea that Inter would want to give up Skriniar for Lukaku when they could just loan in Lukaku and get Chelsea to pay however much of the wage, to me, it doesn't make sense. If Chelsea could pull it off, fantastic. Would they want it to happen? Of course. But I think it's a lot of, I don't know, just like media maneuvering and skullduggery in that sense. But that's my 2 cents on swap deals. This is an NBA where let's do trades. Like, come on.
Let me bring in homeboy now, man. Now this is a guy who I think.
Can I talk on Skriniar?
You go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Pjanic and Artur. Okay, I hear you.
I think the problem with it is because Inter Milan needs to sell one of Bastoni, Skriniar, and Lautaro Martinez because they have to balance the book. So they're getting Paulo Dybala and Romelu Lukaku in for the squad coming this season. So one of those stars, the players have to be sold. So either Bastoni, Milan Skriniar, or what's called Skriniar, Bastoni, or one of them have to get sold, or Lautaro Martinez. So this is when it's complicated for Inter now because they have to lose one of their stars to balance the book. And what they are proposing to Chelsea is option to buy for 2 years with obligation or a swap deal with Chelsea with Skriniar or Bastoni. Chelsea hasn't responded yet. Chelsea hasn't even said anything. It's just been media saying this. Chelsea hasn't even said a word yet. So until Thomas Tuchel, who has been given the power, and the board said, I want Skriniar or want Bastoni, then Inter can talk. Because from Inter said like Chelsea hasn't responded to them yet in terms of their proposal. So that's where the dilemma is right now.
All right, so let's hit this. This is a guy who I think is and has been one of the top centre backs for a while. And if Chelsea can get this dude, I think Chelsea can cook, man. This would be this is a purchase.
This is unlocking back four as well.
Yeah,
for me,
this is a purchase. And it's just how much Napoli. Because bro, this is one of Napoli's best players.
It's just
one of Napoli's most important players.
You know the problem though with because I think the president of Napoli, that guy,
De Laurentiis.
He's very tough to do business with.
Very
tough.
Marina.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's realistic to get him. So that's my only worry. But yeah.
That dude hates Marina, bro.
Yeah. That's
That shit
that's
is
that's
so
the only
funny.
thing I'm worried
So-
about.
so- so-
Because
Are we
of
saying that this is
Sarri
a
and
done deal?
Jorginho and how that went down, like
Yeah.
He hates Pep even more.
So okay, so
Yeah.
are we saying that this is a dud deal, man? This is a dud.
it would be so good though.
Ooh.
Like on so many levels. Number one, the number of center backs Chelsea are losing. He's left-footed. He has the relationship with Mendy. It makes so much sense. But
Wait, he's left-footed?
yeah,
Wow, I didn't know that.
He's right footed,
Wait,
right?
No,
Is he?
he's right
Nah, left.
footed.
He's
Is
right
it right?
footed.
Is it
I thought
right?
it was
Is it
left-footed.
right?
Oh,
No,
look
he's
at
right. He's right.
never
He
mind.
plays on
He's
the
right
left, but
footed.
he's right
He's right
footed.
footed.
Drop the bricks in theory, but
Yeah.
like
the hell.
either way. But Mendy losing center backs, it makes so much sense. But bro, like the De Laurentiis, there's two owners or presidents that are just they're difficult to work with, but they do what's right for their club. Is De Laurentiis and Aulas for Lyon.
Yeah, Leon. Yeah.
Those guys, they do everything by the book, and it's just I'm gonna get as much money as I can, or I'm keeping my good players. And
No,
yeah.
but see, the reality, the bottom line is you've lost the Rudiger loss. That was painful, man. That was painful. You know, like that was just painful, man. Because again, like you not only you lost a damn good defender, you lost a leader. You know, and you look, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, Chelsea's lost, Real Madrid's gain. And I think that the closest thing to replacing that would be Koulibaly. I think it's very important. Thiago is what, 37? He's going to be like 38 next
Yeah.
year.
He'll be
September,
38 in September.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be 38 this year.
Yeah, September. Yeah, this September. Yeah.
You need someone, bro. You need another strong, stalwart defender in there.
We need three defenders.
And you need it now to be like an understudy to Thiago Silva. Because
If you want to, if you want to play a back four, if you want to play a back four, you need two defenders. Let's assume Kounde will start every game. So you need another starter, and then Thiago Silva can be a rotational player. Chalobah can be a rotational player. If you want to play a back three, you probably need three defenders at least, especially if Aspi is going as well. So.
And if Azpilicueta stays, you don't want him playing 40 games, starting 40 games either. So
wait. So is Aspi definitely staying?
No.
I thought that the guy was off to Barcelona.
No, he might go to Barcelona.
No, he might still
staying,
leave, but Chelsea extended his contract for 1 more year. So
for money,
it's just a year. It's just a
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
You may still leave.
For money.
But you can still leave though.
Your friend Marcus Mugabe is leaving though.
oh, thank Jesus.
Has he not even has he left?
Now there's rumors that he's leaving.
Barcelona
I don't want to hear rumors. Abdullahi,
It's all talk.
the next time
Talk,
you
talk.
mention that man's name, I want you to say that he's left. Not leaving, left. Not leaving,
I hate him.
left.
I'm
Yes,
going
sir.
to talk about the league.
No, please.
No, we're not. The man that
Because for
No,
me,
no,
I
no,
don't want him. I don't want
Eminence,
him.
I'll tell you about Delict.
I don't want him.
Overhyped. He gave away the penalty that led to Netherlands being outside at the Euros. I believe he's also responsible for the goal against Villarreal that knocked out Juventus. He is overhyped.
He's responsible for what the name's Ajax getting knocked out of the Champions League.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
The guy's a calamity. The guy is all hype. The guy is all complete hype. Okay, now this is a really important one.
Can I go for Koulibaly?
Would you rather have Harry Maguire or Delete?
Stop. Stop.
Neither.
Drop the boy.
Neither.
AJ, this is where it's difficult because De Laurentiis is an idiot. He's an idiot. He's an idiot of an owner. Him and Garaneskia doesn't even have good collaboration in terms of negotiation. This is where Todd Boehly comes in because if Tuchel said I want Kalidou Koulibaly, I don't care about the negotiation. Todd just tell them how much. Yes, that's money. Give us Koulibaly. That is where it comes in. Todd, that's where he comes and say, give me Koulibaly. I don't have time for negotiation. Here is the money. Give us Kalidou Koulibaly. This is why I say, now if you are bringing in Koulibaly and Jules Kounde, this is why I'm gonna trust Tuchel in terms of going back to a back four. Because he said it in so that when people criticize him and say, Tuchel, you don't play back four, he said it and I quote, playing the back three is not the problem. It's all about implementation of the structures and people understanding where they need to be. And he said, and the reporter asked him, "Are you gonna play back four?" He said, and I quote, "Based on what we do in the summer, I will be able to switch to a back four, depending on the player I have with me." Then he's willing to switch to a back four, depending on the summer we have. That's where Khalid Koulibaly comes in. That may change Tuchel's decision making in terms of, okay, now I can trust the defender, ball playing center back I have in terms of going forward and not concede too much goals. So that's where Koulibaly comes in for me in terms of going back to a back four.
So you say that the back four is dependent on the defenders you
Yeah,
can trust.
on what we do in the summer. Yeah.
And I
Because if
hope
we're
you're
bringing
right.
Koulibaly, that's going to back four. If you're bringing in, but that's like, okay, now,
If Koulibaly comes in, wow. I'm gonna be
yeah, if I
excited,
bring in
man.
Koulibaly, then it shows Tuchel is able to switch.
That'd be sweet. But guys, let's not jinx it. Let's not jinx it.
Don't you
Let's
guys
not
think
jinx it.
a left back is important as well, or a left
Wait,
wing
wait,
back
wait,
is
wait.
important
And
as
that's
well?
what look now. That's where we're going. That's where we're going.
I
I
got you.
believe this is one of the most important signings. I feel, and it is homeboy right here. Let me bring it up for you guys, man.
Is it
I
from?
believe that this
Yeah,
guy
right.
is
Luke
very
Shaw.
important.
Oh yeah, he's a bowler, man. He's a bowler, man.
He's gone Man
Guys,
City. Man City.
He's going to
Come
Manchester
on.
City,
Man
though,
City.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he's gone City.
Yeah, he's a
Hold
bowler,
up,
man.
hold,
It's a give up.
relax.
Well, he wants
According to
Man
Core,
City.
according
And
to
then-
Core and Madrid Zone, guys, I keep telling you, Core and Madrid Zone are not reliable news sources.
Why else would they be wanting, or why else would Zinchenko be on the auction block for West Ham and those guys if they weren't going to buy him?
Guys, Taddy!
Oh,
Gonna
God.
try and do those-
You can't just
those-
shout
those-
Todd B for players you want,
It's
bro.
gonna-
It's not going to work.
Look, it's going to try and do those. Look, Eric, come on, Eric. Give us a positive spin. Tell me something
Okay.
positive about us. Create a story as to why Chelsea could get Cucurella. Create something.
Okay, maybe Pep might knock his head somewhere and think, oh, you know what? I don't want Cucurella anymore. And then Cucurella might have a bad dream.
Eric,
about,
Eric,
It's not a bad dream.
Eric, I didn't ask for a Quentin Tarantino type Hollywood story and so forth. I mean, at least give me a little bit of realism there. And so Eric, based on what you just said, so that's whole Chelsea Cucurella. So that's
No. Just forget about
Wait,
and,
no.
yeah.
Okay,
forget about it.
Eric, no, you know what's no. You know, let me say right now. Why does that bum ass who has flopped in the UCLs,
Oh, wow.
wasted
Here we go.
100 mil on Gridge and so forth? How does he keep on getting first dips on these players? Shouldn't he be punished for underperforming in the UCL? That he should. That's no. Keep your same players. Keep them. The heck.
I mean, he underperformed except last season. Last season was different, man. But yeah, look, it is what it is. If the player wants to come to City, Pep I don't even want him that much. But Pep will be like, you know what? Okay, we'll take him. You know when like something good just falls in your lap, you're like, okay, I'll take that, and that might be the case. So it just is what it is. Yeah, I can't say much more than that. It's like with us, for example. I can't remember the last time a player really won. Okay, Kounde. Kounde is a very good example. Kounde wanted to come to Chelsea since last season. You know, he was very angry with Sevilla that they blocked the move, they changed the price, blah, blah, blah. Imagine if, maybe United now want to come in for Kounde. They're wasting their time. Okay, obviously, it's a different scenario. Let's just say the beginning of last season. If United were trying to get Kounde at that point, that would have still been a waste of time because Kounde has his eyes set on Chelsea. That's the club he wants to come to. And that's a similar situation with Cucurella. Cucurella wants Man City. If Man City want him, which I believe they do, and they can pay the money, they can, boom, it's going to happen. It is what it is. We can only look at one other player from Brighton who, unfortunately, somebody reminded me about, something in his personal life. No. In midfield.
Who?
Yeah. Anyway, that's the only player we can get from Brighton. Potentially.
What about his personal life?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
What-
So, Eric, as you were saying, yeah, can continue. Yeah.
So I think Cucurella, maybe we just need to look somewhere else. I want a starter. Whoever it is, I want somebody who can start week in, week out.
What about this? Guerrero from Dortmund.
No chance. He can't. No, he's not good enough. Sorry. He's nice going forward, but he can't. You know what? I think Gosens, if we can get him,
What
That
about
could
the
work.
homie from Leipzig? What's his name?
Angelino.
It starts with a G. I can't pronounce it.
No, he's a defense. He'll play in the defense. He's not a wing back.
Oh, he's not.
No.
Oh boy.
I think
What
we
are
also,
some
we
other
also need,
options?
I think we also
Who's
need a backup for Reece James as well, man.
Luke Shaw.
AJ, can I speak?
Luke Shaw? Oh god.
Abdullah, what are you saying? Abdullah, what are you saying?
AJ, firstly, before I speak, you know you pronounce his name wrong.
Whose name?
His name is not Cucurella. His name is Mark Cucurella.
After what Eric just said, I will mispronounce his name and so forth. You see, Abdullah here, Adam said, "Oh, Abdullah, I'm sorry, sorry, very, very sorry. You know, like, yeah, I mean, what's his name and so forth, bro." After what Erica just revealed that bald-headed clown now has fetish of him, he is Cucurella.
That's the wrong spelling. Cucurella.
His name is
He has
Cucu
different
now.
meaning though. You know.
Abdullah,
Oh, wow.
look at me. Abdullah, look at me. I don't care. I don't care. Look at me. Abdullah, look at me.
So his
Look
name
at
is
me right now.
Cucurella.
Look at me. I don't care. His name is Kuchu. His name is Kuchu. After what I read that, his name is Kuchu.
People are saying, okay, it's fine. But I think you guys are not thinking what. I don't think you guys are listening to what Thomas Tuchel wants. I don't think Tuchel wants Marco Cucurella. I think there are two players he wants, and their name are Bonasasa and this guy that played left back for Germany yesterday against England. Is he Raum Johan? That is the player Thomas Tuchel wants in his team. I don't even think he fancy Marco Cucurella. For me, it's just been about the media because he wants Bonasosa of RB Stuttgart, and is it Rahim, whatever his name is, Harry Johan that plays for Germany left back. That is what they want in this team because of Chiwe's injury. That is what they want. Will I take them? I'm 50-50. What I want in my team, and I wish this is where the scouters will come in. Is Theo Hernandez of AC Milan, the French? That is what I want because now when you
Oh
bring
no,
him
that's
to
not
an end,
common. That's not happening.
Yeah, that's not
I mean,
happening.
that's not realistic, man. That's not realistic.
I know it's not
You
exactly.
could
That's why I
maybe go
want.
to Atletico and try to get like a Lodi.
Exactly. So
maybe.
I will go for
it's
Tuchel
Or
won
maybe
Bonasosa.
Benfica. I
Or
forget
RB
the
Stuttgart. That's
Grimaldo.
what
Is
you
that
want.
is that the guy that's
Raul
at
that plays for
Benfica?
Germany.
Like,
So in between those two, that is where I don't think he fancies Cucurella because I think because it's played in Germany before, so he will be able to know more of the German player that are going to come to his team. And if he wants to like a competition, it can go. Bonasosa is not bad to get. It's not that bad to get.
Not bad is not good enough. We want a starter, somebody who can start.
He's
week
gonna
in,
start
week out.
ahead of Chile because of his injuries. He can't just
No.
start Chile right
Is he
now.
good? Is he good enough? Is he going to
Yeah,
be
he's
good
good
enough?
enough. He is good enough. He plays for is the labor for Croatia.
You know what? This is what scares me, man.
Yeah, that's what I
Newcastle.
said.
Yeah, he's going to
Because these guys have money and these guys are just going to just spend and just wave money at just players, man. Because
Lodi's going to
that's not a threat.
Newcastle. Oh
Newcastle.
wow!
Yeah.
He's not
That's
going to. He's not going to Newcastle. He's not going to Newcastle.
Like I'm saying, if he's available, that's a player that could play in that wingback space for sure. So
I mean, I heard Tuchel is interested in Emerson. He might bring him back.
that's not bad.
Emerson who?
Like
Emerson.
Chelsea Emerson,
Emerson.
Yeah.
Oh,
number
oh,
33.
man.
You know,
Oh mate.
the other Brazilian who plays for Italy.
Wait, hold on. Let me take some debates, man. Shout out to Pro Black FC. Stay strong, my black brothers. Better days are coming.
The George Weah pick is funny. I like that.
Man. Shout out George Weah, man. Thank you, man. Need hairline. What are you waiting for? Mr. HH, thoughts on 90% children born bald? Phone us, hashtag 50% off. How about you shut your clown face up? And how about I embrace my baldness, you freaking sad ass clown? There you go.
Embrace
How
my
about that?
baldness.
English Talents FC off-season pro-European football. Wow. Kilman, Rice, Bowen, Watkins. Perfect call for CFC. God forbid. God forbid. Actually, can I just say this? So, is that Rice thing now? That's now over. That's
No.
whole Chelsea Rice
I
thing is
hope
now
so.
over.
I hope so.
It's not over now.
I
I mean,
I hope so.
yeah, the price it means that it's we'll come back next season. season after like see the window
Eric,
after
wait,
next season.
hold up. Eric, hold up. For how much?
It's not okay. It's not. We can't do it this season, this window, but maybe next summer. But the problem is,
I
Tuchel
swear,
likes
hold. I
him.
said for how much? What's the fee? How much
I
do
don't-
I have to pay?
It's gonna be
We don't
three
know.
digits, bro. It's gonna
We
be
don't
three.
know.
They're saying 150, man.
If Chouameni went for that price, then West Ham are gonna want a lot.
Eminence, can you just repeat what you just said?
I said, what's time I say 150?
Oh wow, my ears, bro.
Abdullahi, can you please tell me why your club is obsessed with having an English core?
HH.
Abdullahi, can you please tell me why your club wants to spend 150 for a guy called Basmati rice?
Let me talk now, HH. You see,
Talk!
I'm not the biggest fan of rice. This morning I ate coconut rice. This afternoon I ate fried rice. And tonight I'm gonna eat jollof rice. How many times am I gonna be eating
Save me
rice?
some. Save
for
me
a
some.
week?
Save me some.
How many times are we gonna be eating rice?
Abdullahi, I said
Okay,
save me some. It's hard to get to jollof where I am, so save me some.
Long grain, short grain.
HH, I think the problem.
Abdullahi, I didn't crack it, you guys. I said save me some jollof. I don't know why you laugh. I said save me some jollof.
I think the problem is
I don't know what the guy's laughing.
Declan Rice plays in a because David Moyes plays like a 4-2-3-1 formation. So Declan Rice play more like a box to box. It's not playing like a DM. That is my issue with Declan because I've never if Tuchel decided to play a 4-3-3, where Declan Rice is the sitting DM, HH, we will get you have it here where called circumcised Lara Croft. What are these here? 3-0, 4-0, 5-0.
No, 3-0
Baptism,
is
sacrifice.
Baptism.
You know.
If Declan Rice play like a 4-3-3 and be the sitting DM, HH, I might just in my team.
It depends.
I'm adjusting my team.
I might just change my team. We will get beaten mercilessly.
Abdullahi,
No,
I'm
no,
telling you
no,
right now.
no,
Abdullahi,
no.
no. This now, I'm glad that we'll have this round table. If next season Chelsea's core is Conor Gallagher, Mason Mounts, and Thingy Rice, you will see me with a Real Madrid jersey with Benzema at the back.
Oh yeah, that's fun. I'm so happy you brought him up. I'm not. I would love your honest opinions, and this is fully real. Just what do you think about Conor Gallagher?
Just amazing.
He's an energy. He's an energy merchant. Very little tech. God, wait, is someone speaking from a submarine?
Josh, I think maybe.
Yeah. So basically, Eric, my thing is with Conor Gallagher is he's a pace and run merchant. He has a lot of good energy, and he's a good thing for his squad. Very little tech, very little technique. And Eric, this guy cannot be at the core of Chelsea moving forward. No. And Eric, this is the thing that just annoys me about some of these stupid, idiotic Chelsea fans. There seems to be this obsession like, oh no, he's from the academy. He's from the academy. You know, he came through the ranks and so forth. Okay, wow, you did it well for Palace. Yeah, and Chelsea are trying to win a treble. How are you supposed to win a treble with where Conor Gallagher is at your core?
HH.
Can he be in the squad? I don't know about core. I don't know
Put him in squad. Yeah, don't put him in the first team, man.
I want to say something that
What?
might annoys most Chelsea fans and even the proper Chelsea fans. People in the chat might hate me on this. I don't care, and I'm going to give an F about it. I've watched Mason Mount for 2-3 years now, and I've watched Conor Gallagher, and I will say right here, right now, Conor Gallagher is a better player than Mason Mount right now. Yes. Yes.
Bro,
I'm not too
I
sure,
wouldn't be
man.
surprised. Probably.
No, it's not.
Like,
No chance.
People in the
that's
chat,
not a
Conor
that's not
Gallagher
automatic.
is a far
No,
better player
no.
than Mason.
Nah,
Mount.
Would you
far
take
better.
Conor Gallagher in the first? Hold up. Would you take Conor Gallagher in the first team now?
Ahead of Mason Mount? Yes.
I didn't say that. Forget
Yes,
that
I will.
idiot. Forget that idiot. Would you take Conor Gallagher? Would you take Conor?
Yeah.
Oh, am
will.
I speaking Cantonese? I said forget that Mopes.
I will take Conor Gallagher. Yes.
I'm like, my thing is, would you take him right now, independent of that clown who cost us two finals? You
Yeah, I
put Conor
will.
Gallagher in the starting.
Absolutely, 100% I will.
Where does he play? Where does he
Because if you want to play Conor
play? I said, where does he play?
You can't you play him on the number 10 or you never hit.
What? Wait, hold on. Wait.
Damn bloody
I'm like, did you just open your rotten mouth and say that Conor Gallagher is going to play the number 10 for Chelsea next season?
It ain't no hit. It depends on where to keep placing. It's an energy merchant. So you playing this.
Abdullahi, I'm
How do you play an
disappointed.
energy merchant in the most creative role in football? How does that work?
Do you know how I feel the worst for is Loftus Cheek, man.
Loftus
All of
Cheek,
these
yeah.
players, man. None of them are as good technically as him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just annoying, man.
Because this is it now. When people come and say Mason Mount scores so many goals and his goals and assists, and I'm like, if a player like Mason Mount is scoring goals and assists, what of his end product is abysmal. We are based in Movena of calling him IWAF track runner. What do we call Mason Mount in the final third? Queen lazy tax?
Guys, hold on. Can I just ask a question to the panel? Let me just present like a nice scenario. Hold up, let me change camera because this camera is about to run out. Let me just create a nightmare scenario for you guys. What if, for whatever reason it may be, Chelsea end up like buying like one player or so forth, or hardly any players? What would your reaction be? Because I don't know. I just had like a flash in my mind that what if somehow things go really badly wrong this summer?
And
That's impossible.
This is why I said we have to sell players for us to get the players that we want. Because you can't just buy players for the sake of buying. You have to sell players to buy players. This is not Abramovich. Like Abramovich is no more. Like we have to be realistic. Like you have to sell players to actually buy players.
Eminence, can I ask you one thing? Just very simple. Why did he have to invade Ukraine? Why? Why did he have to invade Ukraine? Why?
He's been willing to sell.
I prefer not to speak.
Richard, I prefer not to speak.
I prefer to keep mode.
Like, why? Just
Because Hitchens,
sit your body down. Why did he have to invade Ukraine? Why?
Hitchens,
For
fine.
what?
It's a tough conversation to
Why?
have, man. Very tough conversation. Man.
Why? Because I know I say told me everything. What if this guy is just some?
Hitchens, I'm telling you, I'm worried for next season. I'm actually worried, man. I'm genuinely worried. I'm worried. Like, because for me, yeah, this is gonna be like a sell to buy model under this Boehly guy.
There are a lot of players to sell, Eminence.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, of course. You have to like. Can we talk about the players that we need to sell?
Barkley,
How much time do you have?
Batshuayi, Alonso,
Sar,
Pulisic,
Werner.
Big up Kasim. Big up Kasim in the comments.
Who else is out there? Jorginho, low key, but they won't.
Loftus Cheek.
Bakayoko.
I haven't heard of Werner's name. I haven't heard of Werner's name.
Kepa.
I said Werner. Drink water.
IAAF.
There's at least 10 players.
You know, drink water still a Chelsea. You know, drink water still a Chelsea player. Drink water.
No, it's no more.
Is it not?
No.
He is.
No, it's no more.
He is.
He has a year left. He has more years.
He has 1 year left.
He has 1 year left.
He's playing for him. He's still a Chelsea player.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's no more. You could check.
Are you sure?
No more. Yeah, it's no more. He said it's goodbye already. In which
Really?
Good.
All right, so that's good.
Shout out to him though, man. Like he got a lot of money for doing a lot of nothing.
Saúl said it's goodbye already.
He scored one good goal though. I remember.
Against Stoke, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
people are saying Kante. Chill.
This is what I'm saying. Like I
you know what, Hitchens, can we talk about Kante for a sec? Because I feel like people are forgetting how good this guy is. Like he's at a dip in form, yeah, and everyone is like saying, "Oh, sell Kante."
Eminence. Anybody that says sell Kante, tell me who they are, and I will direct a nuclear warhead to their cranium.
You know what is taking it? You know what is taking it? And I'm laughing inside me right now because I can see it happening. And I've been saying it for a very long time.
See what's happening. See what's happening. What?
I have a Chelsea fan. I was saying right now. If that happened, I'm taking
what? Say what? What happens? What?
Declan Rice, Messi, Mount, and Conor Gallagher. The front three. I might take a sabbatical if that happens.
What do you mean front three? Front three for what?
The only problem I have
wait, hold up. Like, so you take a sabbatical. While you take a sabbatical, I'm learning Spanish because that's a permanent.
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? Hablas español. Sí.
Hala Madrid.
Hey, Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Hey, like if that's the front three, I'm Spanish.
Can I
I'm
just talk about
Spanish.
Declan Rice very
Compadre,
briefly?
Florentino
Eric,
Perez.
Eric,
Because
what do you want to say?
I know you love
Eric,
Rice.
if you make a case about Rice, but we should spend 150 on Rice, Eric, I'm gonna throw you out.
No,
so
no,
you
no,
better
no,
be
no.
very careful, man. Be
Okay.
careful what you're about to say, Eric, because I'm not in the mood. Now what?
Okay. Okay. Rice is the main problem with Rice is the price. I think he's a good player. I don't know if he can play like Abdullahi was saying before. I don't know if he can play by himself
Bars.
as a DM, but I think that he's a very good player, and he's also very young. Don't forget, I think he's 23. So imagine him 3-4 years from now, in that position. Let's not pretend like that is not a obvious progression that can happen.
Eric,
A lot of no, I'm just saying,
If-
Declan Rice. Yeah.
if Chelsea bought Declan Rice for 150
No,
as
no.
a 22, 23-year-old,
We won't.
let's say when he gets to his prime years of like
Yeah.
27, 28, could they sell
Yeah.
him for more money?
No chance. Which is why we won't get it for. I remember when we wanted to buy Chilwell, and people were saying that Leicester want 80 million, and we ended up paying 50. So I don't think we will buy Rice for even 100 million. Maybe 60, 70.
Yeah,
And
but
Rice isn't renewing his
West
contract.
Ham and Chelsea isn't that like a slight rivalry? Like, won't they try to get the most out of him from Chelsea, especially?
They had better thank us for selling Zuma to them. So I think we need
Zuma
some kind
was like
of
40, 50, wasn't he? He was expensive.
40. That's
I
not
don't know what the
expensive.
number. I would assume it was.
I don't
was
even
a
think
lot
it
of
was
money.
40. It was like 30 something. So
Okay.
I'm not
I think it
even
was.
think-
I think it was. I think it was
let
35.
me say something.
35.
Let me say
What-
something.
what?
You see, the reason I brought that up, is people said Tuchel like us, and I keep telling people Tuchel is not dumb enough. Tuchel understands ballers. When you're ballers, he knows ballers. So
He likes Rice.
Chelsea
Does he?
fans are
Does he?
relax. Chelsea fans are creating a scenario where you have Declan Rice, Mason
There you
Mata, and Angalaga in the team, and I'm looking at them like this. What is going on with this fan base? What the heck is going on with this fan base?
I don't like the fan base and me were different. Like I told you, there's a split. This fan base is not united. There are people who are twerking for an English core, and see this thing I don't understand. This is club football. Do you realize that Inter Milan won the treble without an Italian player in their first 11? Do you see Inter fans saying, "Oh my gosh, this is it"? No, Inter fans are very happy with that treble where there was not a single Italian player in that
Portuguese coach as
level.
well.
Yeah. So this notion of like, what is this? No, it's club football. The club will always remain English. Inter will always remain Italian. But you buy whoever is the best. So there's something like, we must have English call. Why? It's that xenophobic crap that always pisses me off. And there are a lot of xenophobic fans amongst Chelsea. Because, and I told you guys, I keep telling you, bro, when I go to the freaking mega store, Mason Mount is the first freaking face that you freaking see.
You see, that's the
that
problem.
freaking mega store.
They made Mount the face of the club. I don't know why they did
But
it.
Eric, why? Why?
I don't know.
He was Lampard's anointed.
Oh, yeah, fuck Lampard, man.
He was gonna say get fucked.
I hate you. That's it. That's our club legend. Though.
And that's before we even get to Lampard's.
I've been in the New Jersey.
That's bro.
Oh no! Please, no.
We haven't even gotten into Lampard's
The
contribution
New
to the
Jersey
center back
Mason
crisis.
Mount is the face of that jersey. Is the face of that jersey. The New Jersey that has been brought up for Chelsea to wear this season. Mason Mount is the face. That's where the problem is.
And have you seen that jersey, by the way? That's not a
Absolutely,
nice.
yes.
That's not a nice looking kit, man.
Imagine Lampard let Tomori go, bro. What?
No, but you know what? You know what? I'm still glad that I bought and owned the best Chelsea jersey, which was the black away kit, Fly Emirates. What a jersey!
Behind you.
Is it 2002?
No.
Behind you.
No, it was from. I think it was 2000, the 2001 season.
Oh yeah, 2001. Yeah.
Everybody has a question. People are saying to Nisha, do you know who Johnny is?
Oh no, please, don't talk. No. Hey,
He's a Mason Mount fanboy. Imagine Hitch and Johnny together arguing on Mason Mount. What thing?
Hitch, you would love, and by love I mean the opposite.
I don't think I would. Chelsea boy Miguel Rabinez. Like in the dub Miguel, get someone who can play back 4 and back 5. Illogical to get someone who can only play wing back. Lodi, Sosa, Hernandez, Cucurella, logical options. You see, again, that's what I do in Football Manager. You know what? Football Manager, one of the key players always get? DLCR. A defender who can play all positions. That is one of the first things I look for in the markets, because trust me, throughout the season, that is always very useful. A defender who can play back three, a back four, and who is very malleable, which is why Nacho is so useful for Real Madrid. To always have one of those. And this is what I think. As manager, you always have to have one of those defenders who can play in multiple defensive systems. Very, very key. So Miguel, that's on the money. So it's very important because, again, I believe you could see a season where Tuchel switches up to a back four, back three, back four, back three. I need a defender or defenders that can easily switch up. So that is very, very key.
That's what Aspilicueta was for a long time. Just he could play anywhere, but he's just old. Yeah,
he's old and he can't.
You know what's crazy is I think for Marseille he used to be a winger, or maybe that was way back in the days, like when he was in
club,
in his youth academy days. But he was a winger at one point.
In the 1200s, through the beginning of time. Your boy LC, you see that is rude.
Rice is like too many.
You made him an emoji. You made a whole player into an emoji. That's harsh. Rice is like too many 100. No, look, because someone said this before, and this is why. And you know what? This leads us very, very well to our next thing that I want us to talk about. Wait, hold on. Let me just take this debate. Shout out to your boy LC again. Says Cucurella is coming back. Casey, Casey, you're poor. Your Bombers club is bankrupt. You're finally receiving the karma for paying the ref back in 2009. You're poor. You have no money. You're getting nobody. And you're forcing Shakira to open up an OnlyFans account to raise money because those Spotify checks ain't enough. I'm sorry. I didn't want to go there, but Casey keeps on goading me. All right. Aziz King, you remember Lams wanted to turn us. Did this guy want like Tarkovsky and guys from Burnley and so forth? I told you, man. Lampard, man. I said, if I saw those guys, I would punch that guy in the face, man. This guy wanted to raid Burnley. Can you imagine? This guy wanted to actually raid Burnley.
No, he wanted Tarkovsky. That's the only player he wanted.
He wanted Tarkovsky and Declan Rice.
Stupid man. Look. Let's move on from that clown, man. I want you to start on this bit before we get out of here, man. And guys, I want a real assessment here, man, because we're going to be talking about this over the next few days. So I need that real assessment. Is this guy real or is he cap? Real deal or cap?
Cap.
Eric, why is he cap?
He's a hype metric. Look, I'm sick and tired of all these hyped up players. People probably didn't even watch this guy. They watched a few highlights and thought, oh, what a player! Wow, Rafael, wow, what an amazing player. No. The guy is average. Okay, I don't see it. I'm sorry. Who knows? Klopp might see something, and he might get it.
What do you
say, man?
Yeah, man. I don't see the hype, man. I don't see the hype. Like, listen, Klopp could make any player into something, but yeah, I don't see the hype. It's just some overhyped player, man. Yeah, I don't really see. Yeah,
Daniel, what do you say, man? I mean, does Klopp maybe see something that we don't see?
I haven't watched. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I watched Benfica, so I'm not going to answer. I don't know.
Abdullahi, what do you say, man? Real or cap?
It's difficult to say because I didn't even watch.
They're saying 80 mil.
Yeah, everything is 100 million plus 30 million add-ons. So, I don't really watch much of Benfica, but you can trust Klopp to like is because of his talent in terms of improving players.
Yeah,
you can trust him to improve this player, Darwin Nunez. So, how good is he? That I'm not sure because I have to wait and see how good of a player he is. Because this is EPL, you get exposed a lot in English Premier League. So I'm not sure how good of a player because I haven't watched Benfica that much. I can't really say. I only watched him in the UCL, which it was decent a little bit. It was decent, but I haven't watched much about him. And now he's on the club. to
I
improve
mean,
it.
I'm just saying, are we getting to a case where every player is now overpriced?
Yeah, this is the new era, modern era right now. That's the new
Yeah,
era.
because every player now is 190,
It's like if you have
190.
one, it's like one good season and you're getting like
It depends on the
overpriced.
club that's buying you, though. Like if you're Benfica and Liverpool or Chelsea or City or Madrid or PSG come for a player, you're not going to charge the same price you would if it was Dortmund or a club like that, because you know that this is our time to cash out as much as we can. So if you look at Monaco, wouldn't have charged the same price to Madrid for Tchouaméni as they would have, I don't know, Arsenal or maybe some club like that, and maybe they would have. But I think the price tag is conditional to the team who's trying to buy. And if all you focus on are the major transfers, then of course you're going to see big numbers because the big teams have a lot of money to spend.
I mean, where does he play? Is he is
He's a
Nunez
number
a
9.
striker?
Or not a
That's the
striker,
second.
or like out and out
Yeah,
striker.
he's
And
out and out
okay,
striker.
so I haven't watched Darwin Nunez. I'm not going to pretend like I've watched this guy, but from what I've seen, he seems very average, honest, and he's slow as well. He doesn't even have speed.
Eric, look, again, Klopp knows a lot about us and everything. But Eric, from watching him in the UCL games, I watched some clips. Eric, this guy's like a lumberjack. So Eric, I want you to say, wait, like, am I missing something here? I'm like, this guy looks like cumbersome. And I see, because trust me, a highlights reel is supposed to give you like I told you, that's how we have Timo Werner, because Marina was obviously maybe like watching porn at one time, and then she took a break and then put up YouTube highlights reel of Timo Werner. And that's how when I stuck with Timo Werner through a YouTube highlights reel that Marina was on. But
No
my
way
thing
you
though
just
is,
said that, bro.
so my thing here is, well, I don't know, maybe Incest was that she did just okay, let me do something while the thing is up and so forth. But my thing though is,
Yikes.
I'm looking at the YouTube reel, which is supposed to show you your best, and it's not impressive. I wasn't impressed. So if this is this guy at his best, I'm like, how is this doing 80 million? I'm like, talk to me, yeah.
Liverpool fans are shouting they don't have money, but they spend 100 million on Darwin Nunez, but they're saying they don't buy players on high wages. But they spend 100 million on Darwin Nunez. I won't say more than that. Liverpool fans, if you dare abuse Liverpool and Manchester City or any club that they are spending on their money, now Ogungo killing now. This is 100 million signing. This is 100 million, but you say you don't have money, right? So better shut your mouth and say,
Well, they say like this the Coutinho money that they're bringing in.
what the heck is Coutinho? It's 100 million. So they have, it is what it is. Yeah, I wanted to say.
Oh wait,
Can we talk
is he
about
coming?
this?
Is he? Sorry.
Yeah,
is he coming
80
into
million
replace
plus 20 million hard on.
Wait, sorry, okay. Eminence and then apply. Eminence.
No, I'm saying this new Nunez guy is he coming in to replace Mane? Because I don't know. It's not.
That's the idea. I think that's the idea. Well, Mane and also Firmino is on the decline, so they do need a striker. They need someone.
And Origi's gone as well. So.
And Origi's gone to Milan. So I'm like, what do you want to say?
Eche, can we speak a little bit about the DM role? Because I've been hearing some names. I'm like, okay, maybe not. Because in the market we're right now, we don't have.
Hold on there. Now, he may not be fully DM, but it's similar. Now, is it true that Tchouaméni could have been bought by Chelsea?
Yeah,
last year
for 40 million.
Last summer. But guess what we did?
You know what we did?
Saul,
There was
right?
a meeting between
Guess what we
Manchester and
did,
Thomas
man?
Tuchel, and I heard they said he wasn't ready. That they
wasn't ready.
Saul Niguez ahead of Tchouaméni.
They said Chelsea showed Saul.
I heard they chose
Tuchel did this, right? Or
Tuchel
No.
and Gunnarskia.
It wasn't Tuchel. No.
or was it
Tuchel
the
didn't
club?
say that.
Or
No, it was
was
the board. It was
Marina
Gunnarskia,
and
and
it
I
was
said
the board.
he wasn't ready.
We chose Saul with niggas, man. Aye.
Yellow card, bro. Yellow card. Yellow card. That's a yellow card. You know what you was doing, bro.
So wait,
Is it
so we chose Saul over Tchouaméni.
If you
Yeah.
put
Real
the
have
ER,
now wait, hold on. So Real have now gotten Tchouaméni, and I will now send Saul back to Atletico.
Yeah.
on the same flight with Rudiger to Madrid as well.
That was how I want gonna scare to leave as
what's
soon
wrong
as
with this
possible.
club? Like, guys, tell me what's wrong with this club? What's
A
wrong?
lot of this is wrong.
Wait, hold on. Isn't this the same club that allowed De Bruyne to go?
Yeah,
Allowed
Mohamed Salah
Salah's
to
to
go.
go.
Yep, that's the same club. I've been saying this thing to you since 2015.
Sold Courtois for like 25 million.
Ever since Michael Emenalo has left, Roman Abramovich has promoted Kvaratskhelia to the boardroom in terms of negotiation. Because that's not our job is to make shirts and make money. Now she's being promoted to the boardroom where she makes
She's the
decisions.
director of the year, Abdullahi. Have some
I don't
She
give a
got
damn
another
about
award.
if you
She
don't
won
know
another
anything
award.
about football.
What's
Can you
going
please
on?
step down or step back? Please.
She's
You won
the-
another
for
award.
me.
She's the greatest in the world,
I don't
Abdullahi.
care.
How dare you?
We are lacking behind.
No.
We're lacking behind, man.
There's something weird going on, man. She won something else. She won another individual award.
What's going on?
For what?
She's the GOAT.
You're 14 directors since Emmanuel left. What the heck is going on?
And people, and the best part, the best part? Chelsea fans telling me, you're being harsh on Marina, and they want to pull up the other, the thing that
Eric,
people say
we have a lot
when
of
you want to
Sims.
criticize
We
Marina.
have a lot of Sims, man.
And I'm like, what are we talking about? You're talking about her.
See, that's the thing that just makes me sick. Why are people so because she's a woman and she looks a certain way, you
Yes.
now have to protect her and call her amazing and so forth. How useless of a man can he be? How useless of a creature can he be?
She's
So you
not
can't
doing her
have
job.
an objective. No, because Marina has done some good things, but my God in heaven, she has done some trash.
Recently, when you ask people, all they can tell you is, look how much money we got for this player who got sold. Look how much money. Oh, Hazard won the Champions League. That's another 25 million. Wow, amazing. But we just wasted 100 million on Lukaku.
Can someone tell me what Bruce Buck does? Because I feel like he escapes criticism all the time.
I don't know what that. See,
What does he do?
I'm annoyed right now. I'm boiling because both Ganaskia, they all betray Roma. They betray Roma. And Roma has a fault too because I've been saying it, and I said it in complicated.
Wait, so hold on. Did Chelsea also have Musiala?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he was a youth academy
Musiala is our
prospect.
academy
Yeah,
product.
it was
an
an
academy
academy,
player.
Oh, by the way, HH,
You didn't know that, HH? I thought everybody knew that.
I thought you knew that. By the way, Mbappe was
Mbappe was a player.
Mbappe was
at
Chelsea when he was younger.
he was at Chelsea.
He came for a trial.
Mbappe came
He
for
came for
a trial,
trials.
and
And
Chelsea
they said it wasn't good enough.
He said it's not good
It
enough.
wasn't good enough. It wasn't ready. You see?
And Drogba was his, I think it was his favorite player or something like that.
Yeah.
And he wanted to sign his shirts, and he refused because I think it was 2010 when he said it's a sorry, it was 09, right? When he said it's a disgrace, and he couldn't get his signature from Drogba. So Mbappe could have been playing for Chelsea.
We've lost so many players, man. We had them Olise from Palace. It was at Chelsea as well. Olise.
You guys sound like Wenger whenever they told him about like, oh, we could have signed Messi, we could have signed Ronaldo, we could have signed this player, that player. So if Ibrahimovic, I think, was linked, like that's what it
Aguero.
sounds like right now.
Could have signed Aguero.
Yeah, that's true. Wait a minute, was it they picked Torres over Aguero?
Yeah.
Yeah, Torres, yeah.
Boy, we've suffered. I think.
HH, you know what is sickening? Let me give something you don't understand, HH. 2004, we went from Balak, Mikel, Essien.
Okay, my thing, guys, is like who is to blame for all this?
The board, man.
The board.
No. It's Abramovich.
Yeah, I agree.
It's Abramovich. It's the person at the top. If all of these different levels are, if things are wrong in all these different levels, then yeah, you can pinpoint what's wrong in each level. But ultimately, it's the person at the top.
Yeah,
because he's the one who's putting these people in position. The board is full of people who are hired and were selected by the owner. So if all of us look at Granovsky is a problem, who put her in the position to have this much power? If all of us look at Tuchel, okay, so whose decision led up to all of these sackings that eventually lead you to a Thomas Tuchel? If your issue is the player, then who's hiring the ID whose scouts are these? They're the club scouts. Who hires
Yeah.
them?
Like basically,
Ultimately, it all goes to Robin.
yeah,
Hey,
basically,
you know what is annoying and what is sickening? I cannot believe it when I saw it. Ross Tombu, the former Chelsea goalkeeper, is our scout, is our heading scout.
No way.
wait,
Yes,
really?
Ross
Ross
Turnbull,
Tombu, the former goalkeeper of Chelsea
Wait,
Football
he's
Club.
still at
It's our
Chelsea.
head
Champions
scout.
League winner. Respect.
We are fucked up, completely done.
Monetization gone.
Done. Ross
It
Tombu,
was going a
Tombu.
long time ago, man. So no,
Yeah,
because did you know why this is annoying? Chelsea could have actually Chelsea like his own. Chelsea could have actually had a team full of players that could actually like actual players who could actually play football. Chelsea had talent. They had them right in the palm of their hands, and they just gave them away.
So for all the good things Abramovich did, like his desire to win, it undercut him in many ways because he wanted to win so badly that the structures and foundations that you would need to create a winning team, he undermined them at every level in his ambition to win. And when you obviously people have their favorite people, so like you have your right hand man, your right hand woman, whoever it is, they can like I think Granovsky is learning on the job. I think she was with him at like the Russian oil company, so it wasn't her dream to become a director of a football club. I don't know where Bruce Buck came from. I don't know what he does. I know he's Canadian or American or whatever it is, but like, are these football people? Like, these aren't football people. It's not like when you look at Bayern Munich and you look at the people that are in their structure, and it's like, oh, that was a former coach, former player, former this, former that. That like they're football people. So at each step of the way, you look at like, yeah, he was really ambitious, and you know, when you have a lot of money, you can throw it at a football club and ultimately become successful in air quotes. But the route that you got to success undermines the long-term ability to create or sustain a project. So I don't know what this Boehly guy is going to be, but in some ways, maybe it could be beneficial, but maybe that willingness to do anything and everything to win won't be there. So it could be addition by subtraction, but I don't know.
I want to say something. It's very sickening right now, annoying as a Chelsea fans. Very, very sickening. And I don't know, maybe this generation of fans right now watch football in the early 2018 or 19 or even 2020. How do we move from Bank, Zola, Viali, back down to John Obi Mikel, Michael Essien, Balak? This kind of players. Now we move to Messi Mount, Declan Rice, Gallagher, Broja,
Malangsa.
I'm like,
Marcos Alonso.
and this is what I said to Chelsea fans. I cannot go from Eden Hazard and Zola to Mason Mount and Conor Gallagher. That can't happen. I'm sorry. That is too much of a downgrade.
Eddie, what's
All
good,
right,
bro?
That's not gonna happen.
Edoma, what's up? Man?
That cannot happen, man. You know, Eddie, what's up?
Eddie, you joined at like the worst possible time.
Yeah.
We're all depressed.
You know, things actually started off positive and
like
everything.
the energy has been just deflated.
It then evolved into the complicated Chelsea show slowly and slowly. It just evolved into the complicated Chelsea like that. But it didn't start that way. It actually started very, very positive.
Yeah, it was fun. And then like reality set.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know we had Saka in the academy back in the day.
Saka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bukayo Saka.
Saka,
It was like Chelsea.
Nketiah, like all of them. It's like Chelsea. Oh,
Any more that we missed? Or
Olise.
Michael
Olise
Olise at Palace. It was a
at
Chelsea
Palace.
player.
The number 7,
any others?
Jamal Musiala.
Musiala,
Oh no! I didn't hear you. I didn't know about
Lamptey,
Musiala. Any
Livramento.
Livramento, yeah, of course. There's too many names, man.
Tariq Lamptey that goes to Brighton or Albion. He's a Ghana player now.
No way, Smith Rowe. There's
Oh yeah,
no
Smith
way.
from Smith from he was Chelsea. Yeah, they said he wasn't good enough.
Yeah, Emil Smith-Rowe was not good enough for Chelsea.
Yeah.
So they had trials, but were they ever signed?
Yeah, they had trials. That Smith had a trial, but they said it wasn't good enough. So
It wasn't good enough. Yeah, Smith-Rowe. Yeah,
just like Mbappe too. Mbappe had a trial.
Mbappe had a trial, but they said it wasn't good enough.
Unbelievable.
They said it wasn't technically good enough for English football.
Let me hit some dubs. Shout out to English Talents FC. Javi and the boys.
Can't even read.
Oh my god.
Imagine De Jong walking out with your wedding cake. Just
English talent, God save
no.
you.
No,
English talent, God save you.
wait, what's it called? Because Yasser cracked an amazing joke because, like, Yasser said that, like, they play with have to do, like, special appearances at like children's like weddings. So you just say, hey guys, and here is Pedri.
children's wedding.
That's messed up, man.
English talent, God save
No,
you.
like children's birthday party.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, let's.
like,
right, yeah, okay, look, this is like sweet 16 and so forth. Like, what's it called?
English
Like, married
talent,
at
God
15.
save you. I'm married. If not, I will have come to company to get
Wait,
married.
I'm like, is that a wedding ring I see?
Yep.
Show
Is
it.
it? Yeah.
Let's see. Show the wedding ring.
Relax, easy.
Show the wedding ring. Show the
Easy.
wedding ring.
Easy,
Show
easy.
it. Show it. Show
Yeah, man,
it.
show us the
it.
ring, bro. Show us the ring,
Show
man.
the ring. Now that's weird because if you're married and unless
Yeah,
you're
you should be
doing
proud,
extra
man.
stuff on the side and so forth, I mean, you should be proud that I have a wedding ring. Wait, why don't you want to show your
Hey, Jake,
wedding
you know
ring?
you need to get married. You promise us.
No. Don't tell me. No. I'm like, why don't you want to show your wedding ring?
No, nothing. I just don't feel like doing it.
What? Why?
But why
Leave the
though?
man
Why?
alone now.
No. But shouldn't?
What's his
Aren't you
problem?
happy that you're married and
happy.
so forth? And everything?
Is it
That's
one of
your
those?
wedding ring.
Is it one of
Get your
those
own wedding ring,
silicone
H.
ones, or is it like a? Is it actual
Hey,
metal?
Daniel, stop it. Daniel.
Jesus.
Stop.
Oh, metal. Okay.
Hey, nice one, man. Well done, man.
That's what's up.
Hey, Jake, you are next on the line. Go get married. You get to know that.
It's such a nice-
I'm like, let me take this next job.
Yeah, 200 years of age.
I'm like, shut
I
up.
have one for you. Don't worry.
Shut
I have
up.
one for you in America.
Shut up. Is she Maria Gijeli?
Daniel, you
Sorry,
need to give
boy,
your friend somebody.
Casey. Not every club is shameless enough to rob Catalonians like Bartomeu and my Bombers club, Barcelona Football Club. I know, Casey. I know. You guys are thieves, man. Wait, Mega, welcome to the club, man. Welcome to the members club, Mega, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Welcome to the club, baby. People 2 years ago were saying Haaland is trash. Bro, that guy could still be Fugazi. What if Haaland fails when he comes to the EPL? You know that can still happen.
Richard, I have a feeling that he's gonna flop
I'm not gonna be surprised.
because for me, the way he
you can't
plays.
do that. I
No.
call out first.
I think the way
I said it first.
he plays, I don't think it fits Man City's system. But let's see, man.
Just let's because if he flops in the EPL after all the hype,
HH, that is not scary. You know what's scary part about it? If Pep Guardiola does not win the UCL after getting Haaland, that's gonna be the bigger problem.
Abdullahi, even if he gets the UCL, it took you 300 billion. Okay, I told you, I'm done with that guy. You have failed. Even if he wins the UCL, you failed. You failed. So it won't even count. It won't count. Bomb. English talent LC. La Liga fanboys jealous that the non-Nunez chose EPL. Yeah, but in Talent FC, is he actually as good as people make him out to be? That's the key.
But because of club, he might be. You never can tell.
Dungu Kamau. The academy and the early recruitment was all a man of law.
Yeah.
Richard, you know what, Richard? They say you don't know what you have until you lose it. And honestly, yeah, let's not talk about it.
HH, I told
You know
you.
he's you
HH,
know he's
I
on
said
the
it.
Yo.
Look at
I said
Nigel,
it in the complicated show, 2015, when we lost Michael Emenalo then, and I said it. I was angry and I was kind of mad at. See,
thought he
we
said
can
he was
blame Gonaskia. We have to look at woman and be like, what a decision you have
Danny
made.
T,
Because
relax.
Marina's job is to make jerseys. HH, we've moved from auto glass to fly mirror to Samsung to Yokohama tire. now to 3 UK. Our job is to make.
He said we got from Samsung.
What the
to
What was that? What's that, man?
He said we've gone from Samsung to 3.
I'm like, why did you have to? Why? Like, why? You see, why do you have to say it like that? See, now I'm not going to look at that sponsor differently now. Why do you have to? Why do you have to say it like that?
Isn't it Trevando?
Go get back to the mic. Why did you have to say it like that?
Which is annoying.
I'm like,
Let me
now
ask.
I'm going to look at it different. No, I'm like, are you happy now? I will now look at the sponsor differently now. The way that you said it right now. I'm like, why did you have to say it like that? Now I don't want to. I don't want to
The
look
reason
at
I
that
said that
jersey.
is I'm getting angry because the last jersey I bought last was the Fly Emirates jersey. That was the largest I've ever been a Chelsea fan. Since then, I've never ever in my entire life. I was mad when they said 3 UK is gonna be the new Chelsea. I was like, what?
Yeah, it looks
3 UK?
stupid.
It doesn't make any sense because that's why I blame Roma, because how do we move? Ganaskia's job is to make jersey. She doesn't have anything to do with the sporting director or negotiation. Her job is to make jersey. Eventually, job is to the sporting director.
Eddie wants to say something.
Hold on. Wait. Let me, because Eddie just, because we're sort of rounding up here. General thoughts on this summer, transfer wise, and Todd Boehly and so forth. Are you hopeful, or are you worried that this could actually
Lighten
be a
the mood,
disaster
Eddie.
over
Give us
the
some
summer?
hope, bro.
Eddie, no, give us reality. Give us reality.
Sorry, I'm just a bit sick at the moment, man. That's why I woke
sorry
up
about
late.
that.
I'll get better, bro.
Nah, look, it's just been a lot of noise, right? Like, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff in the media people like to take seriously. Like, Dijon Sterling's gonna be a backup right back. Levi Cole will be a starting center back. Like,
Ugh.
do you really believe that? But I mean, in terms of reality, the Ulsen and Kounde should be pretty much done for Chelsea, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Now, that whole Lukaku thing. I'm just gonna wait till it concludes before I say my actual thoughts on that, because that's a bit funny. But yeah, it's just a lot of noise at the moment. I don't take a lot of stuff too seriously. The only thing I won't say I'm worried about, but it's just Tuchel, you're on the chopping block, is he's got full power this year, so there's no excuses. So if anything happens with the signings he picks, then you pick them. What the hell are you doing? But once Moreno leaves, it'll be good to see how the structure is rebuilt in terms of the board, the football structure, because I don't want Tuchel having full power beyond this transfer window. Not to say he doesn't have an input, but yeah, it's a sticky one to give Tuchel the whole the full power to pick the players he wants. You need someone, sitting above him, helping and having those discussions with the scouts. Let Tuchel worry about the football side of things on the pitch, and then off the pitch in terms of signings, get someone in to come in and have a talk with Tuchel, and they can work that all out. But look, apart from the Us and Kounde, I don't think there's anything concrete out there. So yeah, unless you guys have any specific players you want to ask about, but yeah, it's just a lot of noise, man.
Shout out to your boy Elsie, the Bombers Barca fan. HH, you can talk about lack of stability, but a so-called stable club with a great coach, Klopp, has won fewer trophies since 2016. Okay, so you have a lot of smoke for Liverpool, and I do feel that smoke is slightly harsh, but some of it may actually be true.
You still
But
mad
Casey-
about Coutinho, bro?
No, I know he's Bobo Casey. See, the key thing that you've not answered him on the question that why is your club bankrupt? And if your club ends up buying Lewandowski, you know that I'm reporting you to UEFA. You realize that. So I know that you have no money. So if I see Lewandowski holding up a Barca shirt, I'm reporting you to. I'm going to snitch. I'll snitch. Trust me. Snitching in 2022 is now a very legal thing that I will do. So I will snitch. So,
Takashi Hefo?
let's not mention that. Bro, that's a little bit extreme. Look, guys, man. I need to have some ice cream, man. and some.
Do you ever notice how your mood just devolves during these long Chelsea conversations? HH?
Yeah, I know.
Like you just get really pissed by the end.
I know. No, because the thing is that I start off hopeful, and then guys like Eric and so forth, and then they start saying this stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, oh.
No, half hope.
Eric, shut up! Don't give me any crap about half hope. You're one of the main culprits.
Me?
Yes, he said me.
What did I do?
No, because I start off hopeful, and he said, "Well, no, I'm half. You want me to hear?" And he starts giving me with like, "Oh, do you know Chelsea on this guy, Chelsea on this guy? Or they messed up here, they screwed up here." I'm like, "God damn, okay." So this club is problematic, guys. All I'm asking is this: if Ousmane Dembele isn't announced, I have to review those loan papers and so forth. Because guys, I'm sorry, I can't do another year of Conor Gallagher I can't do another year of Mason Mount. And with Conor Gallagher, I can't do another year of mid football. I can't do it.
You do realize Mount is going to play no matter what. Like they can sign Dembele. They can sign Dembele and Messi. Mount will still find his way in the team. So
Mount isn't the problem, guys. I don't know. We're focusing too much on Mount.
Wait, hold on. No, you're not. I'd take Neymar. Screw it. You're not the only one.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
On any Chelsea fan that's like, I don't want Neymar, he's too lazy.
I mean, people are telling me
block.
No, Daniel. The Chelsea fans that said they wouldn't take Neymar are those Chelsea fans that said their proudest day was when Chelsea stopped the Super League over winning the UCL. Those are those Chelsea fans.
Can we simply just say something a little bit before you round up? Like we've noticed about it a little bit in terms of the DM, because there are two names that has been popping out. I really want everybody's thoughts from Daniel to Eddie to Co. Like, one is from Ivory Coast, Ibrahim Sangare, and the other one is Bissouma. So there's a little bit to talk about the two of them, and we never.
Did Bissouma boss case or not?
Easy. Sure.
I
knew someone would ask that question, man. Let's not talk about. Can we not talk about that, please?
Right. That's true, man. Yo,
Edward, please. Edward, please. Let's not go there, Edward. Let's not go there. So I'm like, can we not talk about that, dude?
We need to talk about. We need the DM.
Sangria. I know we need a DM, but we can't talk about a guy who's just caught the case.
He's been released successful. He has been successful.
Oh,
there's a report about him being successful. He's like the stuff. The court case.
Let's just no.
Okay, I'm like, let's just leave it.
Let's talk about Ibrahim Sangare.
What are we saying about him, bro? Is it so? Is this the Kante replacement?
No.
Yes, I'm not.
You can't
sure.
replace Kante.
Maybe Jorginho.
We cannot replace it. We cannot.
Maybe Jorginho. Ibrahim Sangare.
I'm like, Indomie. Indomie noodles. Indomie noodles can replace that clown Jorginho.
There's two Indomie. There's a Rama. There's a Rayman.
The regular one. The regular Indomie.
The regular one.
That one can replace that clown. Anything is better than Jorginho.
Can I ask a question, HH? You see, would you rather keep Jorginho or buy Declan Rice? Sorry, would you rather Jorginho leaves and buy Rice, or keep Jorginho?
Keep Jorginho.
Really?
Depends.
How about we struggling though on that one?
Depends on the price you get Rice for, but
price
60.
The price of Rice.
60. Bring him in.
50 or 60, 100% Rice. 150?
80 mil. 80 mil.
Nah. I said 60, Daniel. I said 60.
I know, but I'm giving you like
Daniel, and I said 60. Daniel, and I said 60. Where does 80 come from? I said 60. I don't know where 80 came from. I said 60. 60, we have a deal. I don't. Not one kobo more than 60. Not one kobo more. Not
if
one.
I tried to Wenger it and I went 60 million and £1, like you tried to do with Suarez, like you'd say no.
Hold up.
So,
need headline. Hold on. Let me read this dub, man. Bald brother Ten Hag tricked Klopp to buy Nunez. I don't think he did because I don't think Klopp is that desperate where he puts 80 million on Nunez, bro. I strongly doubt that. I'm like, what would he want?
I just want us to have a little bit of discussion about it because see, we've been talking. Jorginho can't take this. We need a DM, and we have been shouting Thomas Tuchel needs to play back four. Without the proper DM, Thomas Tuchel will not be able to play back four because that has been the pivot of the team, and it's sickening because the last time we won the Premier League title was with Cesc Fabregas being the anchor of the team and being the creator of the team.
Nah, it was Matic and
And Matic also
Kante.
too, yeah. And Nemanja Matic too, yeah. Matic also there. But I've been saying it for a very long time. I'll repeat myself again. And Chelsea fans, they have cycles in their head. They have their brain, as they have cycle. Brain is not working. I don't understand Chelsea fans nowadays. Maybe they went to YouTube compilation and watch football, or they play FIFA, or PES 2022 or whatever they call it. They play that, and to choose players. And I've been saying it. How on earth will Chelsea fan tell me they do not read Johnny B. Mikel as a proper football player? How?
No, they rest him now.
No.
After he's left.
Chelsea fans is telling me Jorginho is a better player than Johnny B.
Oh,
Mikel.
whoa.
No,
Who are
never,
those?
never,
Find
never,
those people.
never.
Find those,
Yes.
who are those people.
Never.
They are telling me J5 is better than Johnny B. And I keep telling when Obi Mikel left, we haven't replaced him yet.
Abdullahi, who the hell is J5? Who the hell is that?
The only
Top three
J5 I know is a
Ballon d'Or,
music
AJ.
producer,
Top three
bro.
Ballon
I
d'Or.
don't know the LJ. I know who Jorginho is. I know who Fabinho is. Who the bloody hell is J5?
Okay, Jorginho. Okay.
Yes, Jorginho. No,
Ever since see, people are comparing, they're saying Jorginho is a better player than John Obi Mikel. And I've been like, have they watched Mikel play football? Actual football. Because Mikel can do everything you want in the midfielder. He can tackle, he can pass, he can do everything with request for DM. But since then, we've missed it.
Okay, look, guys, look, man. I mean, just to end with this, man. All I'm saying is that, guys, please, I'm begging you, please get Ousmane Dembele. I don't think you guys know how desperate I am for a quality player. We need that. We need that. We need that.
You know what happens when you really want something, though. So
All right.
this is what I'm worried
Nah,
about.
Okay, hold up. What I really want this team to be led by Mason Mount. I think that. Chelsea,
There we go.
the
There we
way
go.
that-
There we go. There we go.
I'm
There we
looking
go.
at the way that
Yo,
Chelsea move forward
AJ,
is
you know
with
they're
Mount.
clipping this right now.
And I feel and I feel that Mason Mount is the guy to lead Chelsea forward. And I think that the only way that we can survive is with an English coach. So I'm hoping and I'm desperately hoping that most of the team is made out of English homegrown talent and academy players.
Are you
I think
I
that
concur.
Ousmane
I
Dembele
concur. I concur.
he'll flop at Chelsea. I don't think it's that good. And I think that the only way we can move forward is by playing pragmatic, English style passion football. And I think that's what I really want. So I just hope that's what we get. Guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow for a general transfer show. This was a Chelsea only show, you bum-ass haters, man. And we are still the legitimate UCL winners, you clowns.